Hello, everybody.
What's going on?
I'm Steph,
I'm also Steph.
and welcome to the Drop Everything Now podcast. Is it episode 42?
42. I just checked. 42. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 42.
You left your.
Oh my God, I've never seen that.
Really?
No.
Oh, it has like paper that
Yeah, I
floats around.
love that.
I think I never put I didn't put
It's
batteries, but I
the
think it plays.
TTPD snow globe for our
Yes.
listeners.
Yes, because this is the official TTPD episode a year
Happy
after. Yay.
birthday.
When is the actual thing? Was it
The
the 9th, April
19th.
19th? Oh, so
Yeah.
we're really almost exactly.
And
What is today? The 17th?
today is the 17th. And guess what,
Ooh.
Steph?
What?
I'm gonna put it out tomorrow. Yeah.
No.
Guys,
No.
it's coming out the 18th. Happy April 18th to
Oh my
everybody
God.
listening.
Happy
If it's
Good Friday.
not, if it's not, just forget this,
Just
okay?
forget
But
that
like
this was
I
said.
want it out before the birthday, and I realized,
Wow.
we can really do it.
The birthday and before we go to Georgia next week.
Georgia. Yeah. Yes,
Um,
Steph's Bachelorette is
oh,
next
that's so great.
week. Yippee, 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 yippee.
Woo. Okay. Just one more. I wish these papers stayed floating for
I
longer.
know. Oh my God.
Anyway, if anyone, I wish I had like a stand behind me to hold this
Put it
the
on the
whole
bed. You
time.
can see it. It'll be far away, but you could see it
Oh, if I put it
on
on
the
here.
bed.
There it is.
Love it.
In all its glory. So we sent out a survey
Yay.
for just like we used to do for like albums. And we've
Mhm.
done this for any like new re-release album basically, and then a few others too that we just felt like doing. So everyone answered what their most favorite songs. I let people pick up to five because it's such a big album.
Oh
I
my God,
figured we could go
and
through
it was
top
still
five.
hard.
It's still hard. And then your least favorite, I let you pick up to three because I figured we
Yeah.
just do a bottom three. Most
Yeah.
underrated, and then just like overall comments. So
Yeah.
that
I'm
you
so
felt on
excited.
each question. And like for the most and the least favorite, I also asked people to kind of say like of the five that you picked, what's your top choice? Because I also wanted to see, is there like a difference of what the
Yeah.
stats say once you can pick five versus like people saying, okay, when it's just one, what is it? And that was optional. So not
Not
a lot of
everybody.
people did answer, but not every like 75% of people answered those open-ended ones for the ones that I'm talking about. So I think it's still pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the results are in.
The results are in. Over 100 Swifties answered or responded.
Yeah, man.
Literally
Thanks
101.
everybody. Thank you everyone who answered. And some people put like really great comments, like
I'm so
very
excited.
thoughtful that I need to share. And so like should we do it like we usually do like our since I have the results make you kind of like guess
Yeah, I
them?
can guess.
Yeah.
Um, do we have any just like things to say about TTPD?
I can
Or we can just
yeah.
do it as we kind of go.
Yeah,
Like,
no, well, that was actually my last question. So I have that stuff pulled up, like people's overall thoughts, like after a year. Like, so we could start
okay.
with our overall thoughts after a year, and then we can get
Yeah.
in to the nitty gritty. So, what are your?
Oh my God. I don't even like it's I don't even know. So
Yeah,
next
you're
question.
like, should we talk about it?
Can we talk about it? I don't know. Um, I it just one it's one of those things that there's feels like there's still so much. It's so big
It's so big.
that I'm like, I feel like I still haven't quite like a year later feel like I sat with it
I know what you
enough
mean.
because it's so long.
Yeah.
Um, in general, I think the anthology is definitely like more my vibe.
Yeah.
Like I love most songs on the anthology. I mean, I love all the songs on TPD,
I know
but
it's so
the
hard.
sonically, I guess maybe,
Overall, yeah.
yeah, the anthology is more of like what I gravitate towards. But I do feel like Tortured Poets is a complete album, like that side is a nicely told story. And
Yeah.
then the anthology is sort of like all of these extra thoughts maybe that were happening in these situations that she just still wanted to put out there,
Right.
you know?
Yeah,
Like
but then also with wait, does the manuscript track 31 like was the manuscript always ending the album?
not always. So, well, what do you
But
mean?
it was one of the bonus tracks, right?
It
Like
was
we
a
knew
bonus. Yeah, we knew
we
about
always knew
it.
it existed.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But
Because I
like
was
the
gonna say,
Black
because that
Dog was one
does,
too,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like in the Albatross. Like honestly,
right.
most of those ones actually were the
But they
anthology.
were, but there was also songs that we didn't know existed, obviously,
Right. But
like
I
high
think
school, like and all the
exactly.
others.
But like I think all of those little bonus ones she had like mentioned, we all thought they were just gonna be one extra song, obviously, on
Right.
TTPD, like depending on what version you bought, but then it became that's just the second album. Um, but like when you think about Clara Bow ending Tortured Poets,
Right.
perfect.
It
Love
makes
it.
sense.
And then anthology, though, you end with a manuscript. Also makes sense. But like I feel like they're both great album enders.
They are. They really are.
And I like with the way Tortured Poets just kind of flows. I don't know. It really does like I feel like the first time I listened to it, I was so caught up in like who is
Yeah,
this about that like
totally.
I didn't well, I did love it immediately, but I was like, oh wow, there's a lot more like certain people on here that I didn't think there would be. But I feel like looking at it objectively,
Yeah,
it does tell like a really solid story
it
of
does.
like that whole time in her life really nicely. And I really want to make a concerted effort in her next album to not think too much about who's playing her about, but at the same
Okay.
time, like if that's the Travis album, that's gonna be hard
Yeah,
to
I
do.
know. I totally agree with you, by the way. And like that the reaction video that Ryan and I put out on YouTube, like one
Yes.
commented that was like, "Oh, it's not so much like who it's about, like who cares?" And I wrote back like, I got some hate on that. And I was like, listen, that's just the way I was listening. It was like literally my first reaction. Like, I don't know what
Right.
else to say. I totally agree with you though. Like, I don't like
Yeah.
a song more or less because who it's about, but like that's kind of what you're like, oh shit, it's about this. I remember this, whatever. That's just like human
Yeah.
for what's sort of happened. But I do agree, like, um, your opinion changes so much because it's almost like the first time you're listening, you're like trying to figure
It's like,
out
what does
what
that
every
mean?
song
Yeah.
is
Right.
about. And like the way that like sometimes I can understand, like try to figure out what the songs are about, or like, oh, that makes sense because that was what happened in Taylor's life. So I understand what this sentiment means. And now
Right.
that I understand the sentiment, uh, to my understanding, my takeaway from it, now I can separate Taylor
Right.
Swift from it and listen to it. But it's like the way that we like make sense of it
Yeah.
sometimes if it's like something like a confusing line or a metaphor or something.
Mhm.
So but I do agree with you, except for the fact that like no shot in hell are we going to do that for the next album.
No,
If
and that's why I started laughing when I said it because
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
obviously, if this is the Travis album, I'm going to
Yeah.
think of
We're going to be
Travis,
like
literally.
so
But at the same time, though, if there's a song that's a little negative,
right.
I'm gonna be like, oh my God, hot water, they're in trouble. But it's like,
Right.
shut
Right.
up,
I know. Like it can just be
like
yeah,
shut up.
right. I totally
But
agree.
well, and I think like a song like I Hate It Here is a great example too of like I don't know what was up with TTPD release week, but I feel like things
Oh,
got so negative.
negative.
And even though obviously she like blew all charts out of the water, but like it was so negative about like certain lyrics or how corny certain lyrics were. And it's like, okay, half the time she's really meaning to do this on purpose, like whatever. And I Hate
Right.
It Here, I feel like was a good example of like for a while when I'd listen to that song, I would just constantly think about everybody hating the without all the racist line, right? Like
Yes.
everybody jumped on that, like, oh my God, I can't believe she would do this. Even though like even like a lot of people were like, did you listen to the next
Right.
literal paragraph or verse? Because she's not like what she's saying is like not
What people are
bad,
like yeah, yeah.
right? But like I was listening to that song a couple months ago, and I was just like, oh my God, like I literally feel this song so hard. Like when I get into a book that I literally
Yeah, the
love to
Secret
read
Garden.
because it
Yeah.
makes me escape from my day-to-day life. It's like that's that song. And I was like, and I love that. Like I love that song now because it's like, but at the
Yeah.
beginning, it kept getting that. I was like, oh, like, maybe she
No,
that line. Like I would feel like it better. But then I'm like, no, screw it. I love this.
that you know something? That song actually has like stayed the same. I still have the same thoughts I think I said to you a year ago when we like I think it was a month after the
Yeah.
release we got together, or a couple or 2 weeks after.
Mhm.
So I think it's a great song because she so beautifully puts it together, like sonically, as and it parallels like what it means. So when she's in like the
Yeah.
hate it here, so I will, or no, before she says that, like the racist line and the verses, they don't flow well. Like melodically, they don't flow
Yeah.
well. But then all it's secret gardens in my mind. And then all of a sudden
Yeah.
it is melodically sound.
Yeah.
And it sounds nice, but it's because like the chorus when she says going to secret gardens in mind, that's supposed to be in the nice place. And then the verses are
Right.
about how reality sucks. So it
Right.
doesn't sound so I like it like
For
I think
sure.
it's cool that she did that, like made the lyrics at the melody match what she was trying to say. But also because of that, I don't like it because I don't it's not like a catchy melody throughout and it is
Yeah.
disjointed, but the sentiment of it, like you said, like totally I feel that. Like
Yeah.
we love nothing more than an escape.
Ugh, literally. It's the best. But yeah, like I feel like some of the first couple weeks of TTPD was like overshadowed by just trying to find something not to like about it.
Totally. And even
And
leading up to it, remember? But like
yeah,
the leaks and then the lyrics to Torture Poets Department when it was like
the golden
you smoked
retriever.
and ate 7 bars of
Right.
chocolate. We declare Charlie Puth. Yeah, the golden retriever. Scratch your head while you fall asleep. Because I even was like, uh oh.
Me
But then it's
too.
like you listen. It's like that's literally the point of what she's trying to say.
Right.
She's
No,
intentionally trying to be like uh topical, like Gen Z topical internet speak because she's saying like
we're not
we're not poets. Like
poets.
we're
Yeah.
fucking idiots.
Right. I know we like by the time we talked about
Talked. Yeah.
TTPD for the first time, I know we like moved on from all this anyway, and like everybody
Yeah.
loved the album and everything like that. Um, but it's still like it's just like kind of crazy to think about it, like in comparison to how Midnight's released
Yeah,
and
it was
how
so
like that,
different.
and even Red Taylor's version, like those were the two. Like it just felt like overwhelmingly positive.
Yep.
Everybody loved it, and it just seemed so weird that Torture Poets went that way. But at
Yeah.
the same time, like,
No, it makes sense because Midnight started her overexposure and then that was the Eras tour. And
yeah,
that's when once you get to the top, all people can do is bring you down. There she has no she can't go
right,
higher. Like you know what I mean? Like when you're at the peak of the mountain, like all people could do is try to bring you down and say
yeah,
that you're overrated. But it's and like say all those things and try to find reasons why where like because Midnight's started that like Midnight's and the Eras tour really started
yeah.
like people trying to be like, why is she so popular? Blah,
And
blah,
I
blah, blah,
do
blah.
like, I still do generally agree with the sentiment that like Midnight's is probably a more universally like outside of fandom
Album.
album that people get and like. I totally understand when people say that like, oh, like Tortured Poets is really for the fans, even though I
Yes.
don't, because at the same time I'm like, yes, there are niche things in here that fans understand more than like a casual Taylor Swift listener. Like I do
Right.
agree, like she definitely went way more personal again with her albums, like with Tortured Poets than she
Yeah.
had been portraying through Folkmore and Midnights.
Right.
But at the same time, like it's still just a good album. Like
No,
it's
for
still just like a
sure.
generally good album. And I sometimes I don't like when people are like, oh, well, that one was for the fans. I'm like, I feel like sometimes that implies that it was bad or like,
I know what you mean,
but
but the way I take it, because I agree, I think it's for the fans, is that like putting 31s, like almost like Taylor knew she
yeah,
was gonna get like criticism. Like this is not 1989 where every track was for radio, every track
perfect.
was for
Yeah,
this. She gave what people the heart of like this album is
everything.
the heart
Yeah,
of Taylor Swift. And in that sense, it's for the fans. Like Taylor put
right.
it out there, not caring if like, I mean, in my head, this is what for the fans means. I don't know that Taylor thinks this or not, but like she was putting it out
Yeah.
like because it was just the true artistry, the true singer-songwriter, all these different vibes. Just like
I
people say
like that thought.
Red was for the fans. This is
Yeah.
very similar to that, which we even said a year ago, where like there's a little bit of everything on here. There's no
Mhm.
cohesion. She wasn't trying to do the 1989 I'm winning a Grammy for this to make
Yep.
it cohesive. Red was not cohesive. It was a mosaic of broken hearts, and this wasn't either because it was her like manic, whatever she
Right.
said about her in the
Yeah.
like the prologue or the end of it or whatever it was. Like it was a manic episode and this and that. So I feel like in that sense, it's for the fans. It's not
Yeah.
for the critics. Like not
Right.
even the critics. Like not for like the Grammys and for the
Yeah.
charts. Not even the charts. Like the awards. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I totally get you.
Um, but yeah, you know what's crazy is like after a year, it's so much. Like I agree with you. It's such a big album that like I still feel like there are songs left to rediscover. You know, when
Me
you like
too.
it's like, okay, the album first comes out, you have your initial favorites, whatever it is, and then
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, hold on, and then you find your new favorites that creep up on you. And
Hmm.
then there's songs that you don't listen to that whatever that eventually you're like, you almost have like a renaissance with them. You're like, holy shit,
Yeah.
it hits different. Like you're saying with I Hate It Here. And like that
Right.
has happened, but I feel like there's still songs that I'm
Me
like, I have
too.
to go back to these still. Like I have not listened to this in a really long time because there's so many songs that I did do that with so many, but there's still so like I feel like there's still so many like stones
Yeah.
left unturned that I
I
could like
know. I totally agree. Like I was listening to it the other day actually, like just like as an album. And yeah, like even then I was like, man, I miss listening to this. Like
yeah.
just straight through 31 songs. Like I miss doing this. And I totally agree. I think like even my top songs now, it's probably like whatever in my brain, like when I think of Tortured Poets, I'm like, these are my five favorite. But like if you asked me 4 months ago when I thought of Tortured Poets, it probably wasn't the same five. Maybe one or two stuck around. But like there's just so many that every now and then it's like, whoa, wait, I really love that song. And now that one is the one I think of when I'm like, oh, that's my favorite,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. After like 3 or 4 months, my top three, like I didn't pick five because I have a very strong top three.
I don't
Um,
even,
stayed my top three and still are my top three, as in like they
yeah,
go on every playlist. I listen to the three of them almost every single day still, and I don't get sick of them.
amazing.
Like, and there's such a strong top three, like top three not only of this album, but like some of my all-time favorite
Yeah.
Taylor Swift songs that like I didn't have that on Midnights. Like I say, like the only one I really, really love that I'm like I can't live without um is Maroon. But I have
Maroon.
so
Yeah.
many on this. Like not just those three, but there's so many on Torture Poets that I just can't live without now.
I feel like it's for me, it's like very similar to how I feel about like if I think of we've talked about it already, like Red and Tortured Poets compared to like a 1989 and Midnights, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
As an album, if there's one album I'm allowed to keep, like, between the two, like it has to be Red for my heart.
I
In
know.
terms of Red versus 1989, I
Yeah.
should say. Like it has to be Red for my heart, but realistically, of songs, like I could
That you
listen to
listen to.
1989
Right.
as an album always. Like it's
Right.
so good. There's no skips for me. And I feel like it's the same with Tortured Poets and Midnights, where it's like
Right. Your
Tortured
heart
Poets, I
is
like I have these songs that I'm like, oh fuck, I love this so much. But then
right.
whenever I put Midnights on, I'm like, no skips, no skips. I can sit here for an hour
I
and be
totally get
completely
that.
pleased
Yeah.
with every goddamn song that comes on. Even though I'm still like that with Tortured Poets, but I think the length of it sometimes makes me think
Yeah, because
it's
there's
too
so
like
many
too
songs.
long. Yeah, so I'm like, oh,
Right.
I can't listen to Tortured Poets right now. Let me put on Midnights
Right.
and
Right.
but I
And
don't
that
know,
also
like
speaks to too also like how you listen to the albums because like
yes,
we always talk about that a lot. Like you listen to them full through. I don't ever
right,
really do that. Sorry.
right.
Revis is my family went out to eat and I don't know if you can hear him
Oh, cute. You're
screaming
missing
at the door.
dinner?
Yeah, but I said no even before we
Okay.
rescheduled this because I'm
Okay.
like, today was my only day to get stuff done.
I hear you.
And they're going out with it's like Holy Thursday, so they're going to church tonight and they're going out with like Matt's girlfriend's family. I'll be right back. Let me let the dog in.
Yes,
Hopefully we
yes.
just
Yeah. Anyway, I'll keep talking about Tortured Poets because I love that album, and I guess I didn't have as much to say about it as I thought I did because
that was so profound of you.
thank you.
And now we have our
Yeah, no,
favorite
just
guest. Read it.
Reeve.
If anyone's watching, there he is.
Oh,
He just likes to
stunning.
be included. He was really barking at the door.
Stunning.
Should I go through then some of the
Yes.
overall comments?
Yes. I want to hear.
So I want to start with, so I did actually put these all into ChatGPT too. I'm like, let me know which one should we read out? Like, what are the key takeaways?
I love it.
But what I want to read one of the first ones that I saw in full because I was like, wow, I really appreciated this comment. So I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
This person says, I have a doctorate in music. That's what got me. I'm like, all right, my
Oh.
ears are open. I have a doctorate in music, so I always listen to Taylor Swift with an academic ear before I listen to it as a diehard Swiftie. I love that she is really digging into the fact that she has an incredible vocal range. Not many women can sing down to a low D through B consistently. I really think that in this area, she's able to showcase her full potential as both a singer and a songwriter. It truly matches the overall vibe of this album lyrically.
Hmm.
Additionally, this album has some of the most unique production to it that I think we've seen in her career. She took a lot of creative risks with I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, adding in the in-ears, using a college drumline cadence in Florida, and the stark contrast you see between Antonoff and Dessner's
Yeah.
production quality. I think this album took a lot of risks, and I hope Swift continues to do this in the future. She truly created an album that has something for everybody. And like,
Claps.
yeah, all
For
of that.
sure.
All of that. No, like I
I
just,
totally agree because actually one of my favorite pastimes these days is finding YouTubers that have never listened to Taylor Swift and watching them listen to Taylor Swift for the first time. And a lot of times I really like the people that have a music background
yeah,
and like production background because they will find things that I never necessarily noticed. Like
right.
one of them literally was like Tortured Poets, the song. Like oh my God, like the production value on this song, like this is an incredible song. I love this song. I was putting it on playlists and I was like,
Oh, wow.
oh. I was like, I mean, I really love that song by the end. It get like I do enjoy
Yeah,
that
it's like
song.
catchy. Yeah.
Yeah, like especially like I don't know, the last like minute and a half of it, I'm like, hell fucking yeah. But I was like, wow, I never realized different things about like how it sounds on the ear, that like I feel like
Yeah.
some people call out and I'm like, because like a lot of people are like, oh, every Taylor Swift thing sounds the same. And it's just like, no, but I feel like when I listen to other people that actually know music talk
Yeah.
about the different things, they hear it. Or like how everybody like that has a musical background loves the fresh out the slammer transition at the end. And
Uh,
at first when I heard it, I was like, gross, get it out. Like I
yeah.
was like, I liked this song until that. Now I feel like I've come to appreciate the end more
Yeah.
because I'm understanding that it was a really creative choice and like people that like know music and respect music like it and I'm like oh, okay like maybe I just didn't I
Yeah.
didn't pick up on it.
I don't know. I love that. No, that was always my most hated song. And then
Right.
obviously I
Secret
got that as a surprise song
Surprise
choice
song,
and
yeah.
hearing it live changes it. And now I do like it way more. It's not even, it wouldn't be my bottom, any of my initial like bottoms, I think
Yeah.
for the most part aren't.
Right.
Fresh Out the Slammer, I didn't hear anybody's take on like what you're saying. I still I still don't love that trend. I
It's
just
still weird.
still
I like
it's
it's
still like
still
a bit like it's just not a smooth like I almost feel like if it was like slower into you know what I mean like more morphing into that it could get there but it was just a bit too jarring suddenly that I'm like mm.
yeah.
But I do hear what you're saying like I definitely agree with that like whenever you hear someone have like different opinions and takes, especially if it comes from some educated background with what they're talking about, it does kind of like open your eye, like ears up to like
Yeah.
listening to it through a different
Right.
perspective.
Because even like, again, like the Tortured Poets Department song, when someone was like, oh my God, this song is top tier, I was like, oh, let me listen to it as if it's a
Right.
top tier song. Because it's never a top
Right.
tier for me. And I was like, yeah, I
Right.
guess I do get it. Like it really does have a cool sound. But I just never,
You
again, maybe
know,
it's because, I don't know.
it's so interesting that you said that because I was thinking about that the other day, how like so many there are songs that like I like and I don't know anybody's opinion about it, or I hate and I don't know anyone's opinion about it, and that stays like no matter what, like I'm stubborn with it. Like not even because
Right.
I'm stubborn, like fresh out the slammer, I'll change my opinion if I want to. That can happen with music.
Right.
But if I love a song, I love a song. But I will say like exactly on the opposite end, public opinion on things or Swifties' opinion on things like really does can change my mind on songs.
Yeah.
Like I I can't even think of an example off the top of my head, but like I sometimes I'm like, damn it. I need to like think of this for me. Like, do I like the song because everybody's saying like that it's the best, or do I just like it for me? And I actually feel
Yeah.
like for Tortured Poets, I didn't even like if I had to guess, if I were you, like what I'm the position I'm going to put you in to guess, I have no fucking idea. I would have no fucking idea
I would think
what
people hated
people's
it.
favorite songs or
I don't
least
know.
favorite songs
Yeah.
are. Like on this, where like other
Yeah.
albums, I feel like I do know what
You're
people
right.
think. I am like
I totally
all
agree.
all my opinions on this album are totally like independent, like completely
Personal.
just my own,
Literally. I
which
totally agree.
doesn't always happen without
Yeah.
like some of the albums you I start liking things more because other like people talk about it online, and I don't
Right.
know why that is. I don't know why. Maybe
Maybe
because
this
there's so
is
many songs
That's
that
what I was
I
just gonna say.
don't
Maybe it is
know
because it's
what
such a big
people's favorite
album.
is.
Yeah, like, well, like, because a good example of that kind of a thing would be like the Bolter, right? Like, I wish I loved that song.
Don't
No, I know, but I'm saying like, because I know a lot of people
don't
that are
piss
like,
me
that
off.
song is my fucking jam. This is the
Yeah.
best song ever.
Yeah,
And like,
me.
I feel like, right. And like in my head, I'm like, I like the song. Like, I like the
Yeah,
Bolter, but like for some reason, it hasn't had that click yet where
right.
I like love it. I don't know what it is, but it feels like in the realm of Tortured Poets, a lot of people have a lot of songs like that where like someone else, this is the best song they've ever
Yeah.
heard, this is the greatest thing, but you just haven't either you haven't figured it out yet, or like you have other things you just like more. Like I don't know what it, but we're all allowed to have that. Nobody's like, I
Right.
can't believe you don't like Maroon, because everybody fucking likes Maroon.
Yeah, and
You know, like I
and that
feel like,
speaks to that
right,
comment. Like there's something for
exactly.
everybody. It's so versatile. That's why it's for the fans. It's literally like when 1989 came out at first, and I was like, oh, because we missed the old Taylor
We
and we
miss
missed this.
country. Yeah.
And then like folklore comes out and it's great, but then some people are miss pop Taylor, and then this and that. This literally has everything on it.
Yeah.
So that also exactly like what you're saying, like kind of speaks to like every single song is somebody's favorite. And
Yeah.
I mean, we'll take a look.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I guess
We'll see if
we'll
any
get there,
songs didn't
but
get picked.
yeah.
Like every single song, I feel like is somebody's least favorite and like favorite song that they've ever heard. Where
Right.
there's usually like an overwhelming like me, you know what I mean? Like the song Me. Where like yeah, some people do love it. Of course, there's
Right.
millions and millions of fans, but just like as an overwhelming majority, Cruel Summer is the best on that album. And
Yep.
like people love like Daylight, Cruel Summer, Cornelia Street, and people
Yep.
fucking hate Me.
Right.
Like,
Like
you know
I
what I
feel
mean?
like it's so weird because I feel like that's almost the exact opposite of the way like I was just talking about with like Midnight's versus Tortured Poets or 1989 versus Red. Like I feel like Tortured Poets is like going to be a relatively level, if you're everybody's voting on a favorite song, I don't think there's going to be one huge like, yep, this
Yeah.
is it. But in you'd think albums like 1989 or Midnight's would be the ones that have the relatively level, there is no winner because everybody loves the album as a
Right.
whole.
Right.
But at the
But
same
there
time, like
is.
I don't like Tortured Poets is that to me. Like I feel like
Yeah.
everybody like that's a level playing field. I don't think, and like I guess Red All Too Well I feel like is everybody's favorite, and then it's just kind of like
But
I don't know,
that's
like
one of the songs that the fans had to get me on that. Like because that was before I was a
mm,
Swiftie. All Too Well wasn't. I never organically was like, this is my
yeah,
favorite until it became more and more of a thing. And like years later, and I'm like, yeah, it is so good and it's so fun to scream that bridge. But like that, yeah, that like I do feel like Red was that. And that All Too Well was a Swiftie thing, not like a I don't know, I guess
no,
all of it is a Swiftie thing.
right.
But no, you are right with All Too Well. I guess I just was like an outlier. Not that I didn't like the song, but I just didn't naturally
Yeah.
because that was also before we were like
Well,
on
it's
social media.
that's what
I
I was gonna
didn't know
say.
what
It's
people
before you could
thought.
see the court of public opinion and like see what
Right.
everybody was loving and if it was the same.
Right. So
Yeah,
I can't
like so
even
it
I know
doesn't
some
really.
people did because there was the Twitter fandoms and all that. I just wasn't a part of that
No, we
until
we didn't really
Reputation.
dabble in that.
I didn't get into any like Facebook groups, and that's where my entrance into like Swiftie fandom
Right.
was until Reputation. I joined a Facebook group because I wanted to go to the tour and I wanted to whatever. So I
Right.
think I like joined a group, and since then I've that's when I started like opening my mind to all of these things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah. So it is actually interesting because that's what we're going to find out is like what was then the top, what
Mhm.
was it an even playing field like
Yeah.
with the breakdown of like the percentages and all
I'm
that thing,
excited.
those things. If there are any, well, let me just read, I'll just read what
Yeah.
TTPD ChatGPT's breakdown of all of the people's comments were. Then if we have time, I can go like
Yeah, yeah,
pull
yeah.
some specific ones out. Okay, so it said the most common sentiments of, and this was people's overall thoughts after a year of it being out, like
Okay.
things that grew on you, hot takes, whatever. That was kind of the prompt for the question. So number one, the most like common sentiment, underrated but growing appreciation. This album is read in Reputation all over again. Underrated at its release, loved later. It aged like fine wine. The takeaway says many fans
Mhm.
see TTPD as a slow burn masterpiece, underappreciated initially but beloved with time. And then this is podcast worthy quotes.
Oh,
So they pulled people's like
amazing.
blurbs from what they said. So here's a podcast worthy quote. I think the album as a whole is very underrated and it will end up like Reputation. Everybody will love it later. I just kind of said that. So,
Yeah.
okay. It immediately jumped to my number two, but the lyrics continue to sink deeper even after a year. I will say, and when we spoke, when we had our podcast and when I was at your place, I was like, this might be my favorite album of all time. And that's so something you say when a Taylor Swift album comes out
For
because
sure.
you just don't know how you're gonna feel. But I do want to say, after a year, that pretty much still holds true. Like,
Mm.
I don't know if I'm gonna say like number one of all time, but like how much I loved that album never really dulled. Like, I still feel
Yeah,
like we could go on and on and on about how fucking awesome this album is. Like,
I
it has
agree.
something for everybody. Like, this is what, like, I just fucking love it, and it
You
is,
know,
it's in the top.
it's so hard. And by the way, I tried to do a song ranking thing again, but I couldn't, like the Tumblr's gone. Or they didn't update past midnights. So it really is so hard for me to figure out because every time I think of like an album, I'm like, oh, well, I can't give that up. And then it's like the next one that comes into my head, I'm like, oh, I can't give that up. Like, and I
Yeah.
feel like I do it for everyone pretty much, where it's like, I don't know where TTPD like lands in my
Right.
rankings because in my brain it's in I can't give that up. But out of her 11 albums, I would say 9 end up as I can't give that up.
I know, it's
You
hard.
know, so like I definitely think it's up there. But again, up there at this point means it could be top 5. And
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I don't think I can even do album rankings anymore, really. I
You're
don't
just
think I
done.
can. I don't think it works anymore. There's too many and
There are too many.
I like them
No,
all.
it also is just so hard because like no matter what, the albums that came out when we were teenagers are always going to be the albums that we came out when we were teenagers and are
Yes.
always going to hold that special place in our heart.
Right.
And so it's so hard with newer albums. Like, yes, they're going to be
They're
nostalgic
better.
eventually, but
Yeah.
like it's
It's not.
not going to be like Midnight's is going to be like in 20 years from now like, oh my god, that the era's like that album just reminds me of this time and blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah and like, but at the same time I just feel like anything that was like through high school and college, it's gonna it's hard for things to beat that because it just
The feeling you get.
yeah, like it was just I don't know. I don't know.
No,
So
I
like I
get
know what
it
you mean.
because
It's just hard.
I feel like when you're younger, your distinct phases in life are like you
You don't know
have
who you
distinct
are.
phases in life.
Yeah.
So albums that come out during those phases, you can easily pinpoint to that time in your
Yeah.
life. Like we have been out of college since Reputation. So for the
Yeah.
most part, our lives have been relatively similar since Reputation. Like and I just mean in general.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mean like with I was dating this person at that time and now I'm
Right.
like whatever. But I just mean like Fearless and Speak Now, high school. Loved.
Yeah.
High school. Anytime I think of them, I think of the track bus. Red and 1989. Red, I think of sitting in our dorm room freshman year. 1989, I think of making the boys listen to it at pre-games.
Yeah.
After that, it's like, okay, yeah, Reputation, I like had just moved back to Connecticut and, you know, whatever that time in my life. Lover, I had just started dating Connor, like, sure, like that's a cool thing. Folklore and Evermore pandemic stuff, like, but I feel like it was all kind of like I work 40 hours a
It's
week.
adult life.
Yeah, like
Right.
it's just adult life. Everything is kind of adult life. Now, again, like I feel like in 10 years when we have kids and Taylor Swift's 15th
Right.
album comes out, am I going to be thinking of when we were 24 or 25
Right.
listening to Folklore for the first time being like, oh, nostalgia, of course. But like
Yeah.
I feel like right now I haven't had as major of shifts of like I'm growing up,
Yeah.
I'm in college, and then it's like I'm an adult, I guess.
Yeah, no, I totally, yeah, I agree with you. And I would, but what I was thinking, the way that like I was gonna like word it was more like the younger we are, the more malleable we are, and the
Mm-hmm.
more we don't know who we are. So listening
For
to
sure.
music helps us understand ourselves. And now as we're older, but the reason I like looked at you and it was like we're the same since college is because I still did not know who I was fucking outside
Oh,
of
for sure.
college and whatever. So those albums still like that like rings true. It's like more of late like Midnights and Torture Poets specifically. It's
Right.
like I know who I am. So when I'm listening, it's not to find out who am I? What do I feel? Does this whatever? It's like which songs align with how I already am. So it's like they're not going to mean the same things to us as when we were like trying to discover
Yeah.
ourselves. So therefore it's it's not going to unless we like
Right.
go through something major like a major loss or something along those lines where we're like fuck how do I be and so that's
Mhm.
why I think it's really hard to put albums on top of other albums that helped us understand who we were at a time in our lives and when we were a little
I
bit
totally
lost.
agree.
You know what I mean? So like
No, and
so it's
I
like
think
totally the same thing that you're
it
saying, but
is
I it's
right.
slightly different because I still felt that post for like but
Right.
we're different people. Like
And but at the
you
same
knew
time
who
like
you were earlier than I knew who I was. You know
but
what I
I don't
mean?
even
Like
think it's that. I think for me it was like I think we're saying the same thing but just like
yes,
in a
just
different
different.
aspect. Like
Same
for
but
me
different.
it was like there was very clear transitional shifts in
Yeah.
time periods of our
Right.
lives like during
Right.
those certain sets of albums
Yeah.
where now it's kind of like, oh yeah, this has all been post college, like because I don't have a defining
Yeah.
moment or something,
Right.
right?
Right.
But I think it's the same thing as you're saying, where it's like, yeah, didn't know who I was in high school, knew who I was a little better in college, but now
Yeah.
that I'm 30, I know myself way better than when I was in college. You know, like
Right.
now I'm like, yeah, I don't even know
But
who I was
in
then.
term exactly, but in terms of like why an album, it's hard to put
Right.
albums of Speak Now because of what Speak Now was for me at a time I didn't know myself. Like as opposed
Yeah.
to like Torture Poets, like yeah, I think I like the album better, but it's not gonna hold on to my heart to be like this
Yes.
helped me
Yeah.
know who I am today.
No, for
Like
sure.
because I already know who
Yeah.
I am today, you
It's,
know?
yeah, it is. It's such a weird, and I feel like maybe that's also like just part of it too is that like she was doing the same shit. Like when she wrote Fearless, she didn't have a relationship to base Fearless on, but you damn well know when I was listening to Fearless, I was like, this is what love is like.
Right.
Like even
Right.
though I
She
didn't
was
know, you know,
writing
like
an
so I feel like
idealized
part of it is
version.
like she's obviously changing too, where like she now has more life experience to really be real
Right.
about herself. And like
Right.
when you think back to her other like older albums, they're a little bit more like just like whimsical and like dreamy
Yeah.
because that's what she was then and
Right.
that's what we were. Like I feel
Right.
like it's just
Yeah, it's
but again,
age.
it will make me never be able to say, yeah, I could let go
I know. Because
of
you
Speak
also didn't
Now because I
yearn for that.
can't.
But along that note, what you just said, what someone said, compelling quote. Um, TTPD for me is her most vulnerable work, how being famous from a young age can be damaging. It's not about the muses, it's about her. So I feel like I actually
I
really
agree.
loved that. And it
Yep.
is so true. Yes, the muses are the muses, but it's like how she saw herself through that. And like
Hmm.
also it's so much, this album is so much about her fame. And over the course of time, like that we're talking about, like her kind of becoming more and more self-aware of like her relationship with her fans, her relationship with
Yep.
like the manuscript kind of takes a step back and looks at all of it and it's like I am where
Yeah.
I am now because of all of these things that happened and I
Right.
can only move forward by going backwards and like all of that stuff. So actually the conversation that we're having about all the albums actually also does kind of touch on
It
like
does.
thematically what she was saying in the manuscript about all of TTPD, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
to be self-aware, to sort of look back at those times and to, like you have to kind of go back in your life to understand who you are today and like all of that stuff. But
Yeah.
I just really liked that quote. Like,
No,
yeah,
I
there
think
are a
that's a
lot of
good one.
muses, but it's about at the end of the day, like it's about her
I
and like
totally
finding
agree.
herself through that.
And because I feel like sometimes too, like I've seen comments lately, because you know how like Fresh Out the Slammer was trending recently with like the Sydney Sweeney and
No.
okay.
No.
So Fresh Out the Slammer got a huge bump in streams.
Oh, I didn't
Swifties
see
were
that.
pushing it on Twitter, but it was largely because you know how Sydney Sweeney went to Glenn Powell's sister's
The
wedding after
wedding,
she like
yeah.
postponed her
Oh, like
wedding or
fresh
whatever.
out the slammer.
Yeah, you know who my first call will be too.
Maybe I
Um,
did see something like that. I
yeah,
didn't
so
realize
people
that the
like
song
it
was getting
started
more
blowing
streams.
up on TikTok though because someone put an edit of the two of them to Fresh
Oh,
Out the
okay.
Slammer, and then people were like,
Okay.
"What is this?" So it started whatever, blah blah. But I remember seeing on Twitter at one point, like someone was like, "I I know in general that this like is perceived as leaving Joe, reconnecting with Maddie,
Maddie
kind of a
Haley,
thing."
yeah.
And they're like, but I like to like, but they were like, but I feel like an underrated and totally potential like thing Taylor could have been doing is like returning to her love of her career, like
Oh,
fresh
interesting.
out the slammer, like because in a
Um,
way was Joe dampening
yeah,
her
so
want to be in
interesting.
the limelight, and now fresh out the slammer is now pretty. I'm coming home to you, as in fans, the
Right, the
fandom,
Eras tour.
her career. Yeah, like
Oh,
I
that's
am still a
cool.
fucking pop star, and I actually still want to be one.
Yeah, like
I
kind of
never
like Bejeweled a little bit.
right exactly, and I was
Oh,
like,
that's so interesting. I
wow. I
never
was like,
thought
I
about
didn't
that.
think of it that way. I don't know if she necessarily
Yeah,
was
who
thinking of
knows?
that when she wrote it, but I actually really dig that. And I think
I
that
did.
could be totally true.
I dig it also.
I like, and
I love
I was
that.
like, yeah, that could totally work. And I love that someone's thinking
So
about it that
clever.
way. But,
Yeah. No, love. Love it. I'm gonna think of it like that now. Next time I listen
hmm
to it. But now, I mean, for me, it's just like a personal song to me.
oh, for sure.
Because, like which is that always gets me. Like if I have
Yeah.
a personal connection to it.
Well, like I said, I hated the Lucky One on Red, but she mashed that with Clara Bow in
Yeah,
Dublin. And I was like, oh, I like that one though.
yeah, like um okay, I wanna do. Yeah, I think for all the overall like comments, if we need to ever go back to any
Yeah.
more, we can, but
Yeah.
I think I think that sums it up. Should we get into, do you think, the survey? And
I think we should. Do
I
you
want to
think we
just
should start with bottoms?
I was just gonna ask you, like the way that I wrote the survey was like you pick your favorites first.
Yeah. I feel like I want to end on a high note. You know?
Okay.
Like,
No,
should
I
we
hear you.
start
I
with
was
the
thinking that
bottom
too.
three? What do you think?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any reason to not.
Or what? So what was it? Top five, bottom three, and most underrated.
Correct.
Okay.
But
So
I also think as before we do it, because I know we probably do it different every time. So before we know what the take is, we should just say what ours
agreed.
were.
Agreed. That's what I was
I
gonna
know we do
say.
it different every time, but like just before we like know
Yeah.
the
Okay.
thoughts, before
So
we let people's thoughts.
should we start with bottom three?
Yeah, I actually don't know what I
I don't
picked.
remember what I put, but I can probably guess.
I might have just picked one or two, to be honest.
I could have as well. So I let me think of three before I just shout out the one. Um, oh my God, I don't even know.
I
Like
think that I think like if I was thinking what you were picking, I think that you would have picked, Thank You, Amy.
that's the one that I thought of.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So actually, okay. So it's Thank You, Amy. I don't even think I picked Tortured Poets Department, even though at certain points that was my bottom three. I think I picked Thank You, Amy. I don't think I did Robin, but I know it's not up there for me.
Okay.
Um, I might have done. Oh, I don't even know. I literally can't even pick. Cassandra? No, I definitely didn't pick Cassandra. I think it was literally like, okay, actually, okay. Thank you, Amy. It might have been Tortured Poets, and then I think it might have been the Albatross.
Oh wow,
I
the
do not like that
albatross.
song. I it's
I'm actually
fine,
surprised by both of the two. Torture Poets also.
but I don't know if it was Tortured Poets. I oh no, it wasn't Tortured Poets. It's I Can Fix Them.
Okay, okay.
It was I Can Fix Them. Those were
Wait,
Thank You,
maybe
Amy, and I Can Fix Them were definitely the top. My
and
like two.
Robin. Did you pick?
I don't think it was Robin though. I don't think I picked
I'm
Robin.
looking at people's responses right now.
Okay.
So somebody picked Can Fix Them, Thank You, AB, and Robin. So
Oh,
I'm like, is that you?
I don't think that was me because I think because in my heart I know that Robin is gonna connect to me once I have children. So I'm like, I can't. Like I'm gonna like that song. I don't think that was me, but it could have been.
I don't think it was you either. I'm looking at the top five. These are not your top five. So like
Yeah,
I'm
no.
looking at like individual
Yeah, I
things.
gotcha.
Um,
No, I think it was I want to say it was Thank You, Amy. I Can Fix Him, and I probably picked the Albatross is what my guess is. But it could have
oh,
been different for the third.
that's so interesting. I am Thank You, Amy. I knew you were like I just knew because I remember you really not liking it a year ago. So I figured that rung true for you still. So
Yeah.
that's the only reason I know that
But
wasn't
even
like
then,
I
not as
just
much. You know what I mean? Like it's still like
like
when
you
I
don't
listen
hate
to
it
it,
as much,
yeah, like every now and then it is still a skip, but it's more so because I want to get to a different song. It's not because I like can't stand it.
right? You know what's funny is like I stood up when you said that last year. I was like I stood up for it,
Yeah.
but I actually would agree with it more now. Like I like it less than I did initially because
Yeah.
the shock value of it like withered away, and I just don't really listen to it now. But
Right.
I looked at what I picked because I know.
Yours.
Wait, I'm so confused. Because I, there I am. I know what number.
You were.
No. Yes. And I could see next to my like open-ended responses. Um, so I actually only picked one song. And my second song I was gonna pick, like I had it clicked, was Thank You, Amy. And then I was like, no, see, this is where I feel like I'm not doing it based off of my
Yeah.
organic thoughts. It's because I know like you said that you didn't like it that much. And I'm like, huh, maybe I don't. So I was like, I said that you could pick up to three. You don't have to pick three.
Yeah, and I took it as I should pick three, but I
Right.
definitely my two were definitely real. I Can Fix Him and Thank You, Amy were definitely my real, like still my bottoms.
Yeah.
I don't remember the third though, so it probably was not real, you know?
Mm, right, right, right.
Or like sometimes I
So,
like it, sometimes I don't.
yeah, my least favorite though is not none of those. I chose. I really don't like Chloe, Sam, Sophia, or Marcus.
Steph,
What? What?
Steph. Okay, that one, I literally feel like that is a song that has grown so much for me.
Really?
Yes. And I feel like I only still hate it because of the title.
Oh,
I
God.
really can't stand the title.
No,
I'm like,
it's
I
too
feel like we had a
much.
better way of describing the feeling you're portraying, but whatever. Like,
Right.
oh,
No, I don't like it
I
because
love that
similar
one.
to I hate it here, but worse, I just don't I think it's just disjointed melodically. I don't think it flows well. And it feels very forced.
Oh,
And I think like my cold, cold heart, right? That
if you want to
your
break my
hologram
cold, cold
stumbles.
heart, tell me you loved me.
Yes, I'm not saying anything about, well, no, some of the lyrics I don't like, but like I'm
Oh,
not saying anything about like, oh, it's a stupid like kids boppy song. I just can't. Like it just like immediately comes on and like the beginning, I'm like, ugh. And I have
oh
to
my
change it. A
God.
hologram stumbles into my apartment.
Hands up.
I don't like it. It's
That
just
was
I
one
wrote in my
like
comment, it's just I appreciate it feels forced to me. It doesn't flow well. I can't get into it. It feels forced to me. I appreciate the sound is maybe part of the point. I don't know, but it's just not pleasing to my ear. I just can't.
oh my God, but like, will I always wonder? Oh, no,
Yeah, I guess that part.
so
Yeah. I can't
like
get back past the beginning.
I feel like I remember discovering that I love this song similar to so I've been listening to Selena Gomez's album
Oh, me too.
and Ariana Grande's deluxe
Me
edition of
too.
Eternal
Oh my
Sunshine
fucking
a
love it.
ton. And what
Love.
I've noticed is I listened to Eternal Sunshine the first time and I was like, I don't really love any of it. Listened to it once and I was
Oh, I
done.
liked it. Yeah.
But as I've listened to the deluxe, what I did was I just put it on repeat while I was working. And then because they're shorter, I would find, obviously, I'd listen to them a ton, and I'd find that every cycle through, I'd be like, oh, what's that one? And then I'd look at it, oh, and then I'd add it to a playlist or something, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I did that a lot with Selena and Ariana's
Yeah.
albums. Like, I think I have all of Eternal Sunshine on a playlist now because I was like, oh, wait,
Yeah.
this album slaps. I love this.
Yeah.
Chloe or Sam or Sophia or Marcus was the same type of thing when I was listening
Chloe, oh, is
to
that
Tortured
four
Poets
different songs
on
now?
repeat. Again, why I hate the fucking title. Like, I would listen to it on shuffle and just go through the 31 songs over and over and over again. And every now and then I'd be like, oh, I love this one, but I can't remember its name. And then I would see the name and I'd be like, that's why I can't fucking remember it. But then I was like, wait, but I rarely actually like in general the song.
Yeah.
And that's more so what made me realize it moved up in my rankings than like stayed kind of
Yeah.
bottom. Um,
I just don't like it. Like, I just don't like whatever. But like, I do agree. Like I said, the beginning and like the title. Like, if it
the
had
title's
another,
terrible. I
like,
wish
if
the
I
title
had
was something different.
exactly, if it had another title, like, I do think I still don't think I would like it. But I think I
Yeah,
wouldn't be my least favorite. Like, it might not be my least favorite. Like, I wonder if like Taylor has like regrets over that. Like, come on. Like,
I
like
know.
literally, I think a lot of people probably. I don't actually have the results pulled up right now, but like that's definitely part of it. Like, it's such a mouthful, and like, and that's how I listen to it. It's like an earful, and I just
Yeah.
don't. It's too much. I
Ugh.
just and I agree. There's beautiful parts to it. Um, but like even the secret, I hate it here. Like I as I said, like it's not one of my favorites because of that, but I actually the chorus is good enough for me that I do like it.
Yeah.
The lyrics are good. Some of the lyrics are good. I just
The
can't.
lyric, but I understand it. It's just like I feel like like the lyrics are obviously like a what if, like haunted by this love
Totally.
affair. And I feel like it sounds like it too, which is
Right.
why
Which and
I
I wrote
love
that
it.
I appreciate the sound as part of the point,
Right.
but I can't. It's like closure. And I'm not like, the
Yes.
sound is part of the
Yeah.
point, but I just like I'm not gonna
No, agree.
closure's
And
not necessarily,
I'm with you on
but
closure.
this is a little bit like closure is a little bit more intent like
Yes.
emphatic with that,
Yep.
but I still feel that same way. Like I don't know. And but I do agree, like thank you, Amy. Like that one I would like click to have like my second least favorite or maybe my least favorite, but I just was like, I don't know. I don't know if this is my own opinion or not, to be honest, but I
Thank you,
don't listen to it
Amy.
anymore.
And I think I put it in the comments when I like picked it, but like I remember, obviously, I hated it at the time, or not hated it, like, because I still don't hate it. Like, I still listen
Right.
to it, but I didn't like it at the time because I hated that she was getting shit in a way for like, oh my God, like she can't let
Like
things
not getting
go,
it.
blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I just feel like we didn't need it. And I kind of still feel that way. Like and because I don't really love it like sound wise
Right.
either. Like if it was catchier, maybe I would like it more, but like it just feels like while I appreciate the sense like I don't care if she wants to be petty for the rest of her life about that goddamn situation because it was fucked up. Like I genuinely don't care if she wants to continue this.
Yeah.
It was more that like I hated the shit she was going to get for doing it, even though she probably didn't care.
Right.
But um
Like it gave people fuel,
people
which
fuel. Right. But at the
I
same
totally
time
agree. And it
it's
wasn't good enough to like defend.
right.
Exactly.
And I
Like,
feel like
yeah, I
she's
agree with
done
that.
this much better in like the
Maybe did you write that as a comic? Because I was gonna say somebody said something like that. She's already done this and she's done it
yes.
much better in the past.
And
And I would someone said that and maybe it was you and
I
I'm like,
think I
that's so
probably
true.
did
Like
because
mean.
it
Like
was
you
like
already did mean and that
you did
nothing's gonna top
mean,
me
and
now.
then you've also done things about this specific situation better.
Right.
Like, I mean, I know Mad Woman is a little bit of Kanye slash Scooter. A lot of
Right.
things are Kanye slash Scooter, but still, I lump them all together. Mad Woman, I feel like done better. Like,
Right. Like she
um,
has already
even like
touched
Evermore
this
has hints
sentiment.
of it. Like and like
Yeah.
even or like I know
Uh
people like don't love vigilante shit, but like vigilante shit did it
yeah.
better. Like, and I just feel like
Yeah, I
I didn't
agree
need
with
it.
that.
Like
Totally.
I just still think we didn't
We
necessarily
didn't
need
need
it, but
it.
it was more so just because I knew what was going to come from the song, like the comments that were going to come from it, because it felt too direct this time. When like in the past 5 years, she's been a little bit subtle, as much as we all know things are
Yeah.
about what this is, right? Like I feel like this was sort of a like, you know what? I haven't really been this direct, so I'm going to capitalize your name. You know, and I feel like
Yeah.
it was like
Well, so my one defense of it is like I fucking love like it's for the fans. I fucking love that she
no,
went back to what
agreed.
she originally did with the capitalizing the things. Like
Totally
and
agree.
I like people said I like took this observed who's afraid of little old me like the wrong way, but like I the one thing that I initially said that I actually still agree with myself was like she's kind of saying like fucking who's afraid of little old me. I'm gonna say what I want when I want and I'm not gonna say it and like you can't hold me back. Like who's afraid now? Like and then
Totally
later in the
agree.
album she does this and it's like this is what she said. Like I will fucking say your name if I want to say your name. I don't really give a shit. And you guys try to take me down because you know it. Like Scooter Braun, like Kim Kardashian, like whoever it is. But like who
Agreed.
and it's about more than just that. But
For
I
sure.
feel like her calling out like the thank you Amy the KIM is like one of the things she's kind of like talking about that she's going to do in Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, which
No,
like
I totally agree.
but I don't think that's all that it's about.
If she hadn't like blown up the way she did, I think I still wouldn't love the song just because it like I
Yeah.
don't really love it in general. Like just and
Yeah.
like but I think I would probably love the pettiness way more. I still love it, but like I think I would love it 10 times more if it didn't feel like every conversation I ever had in my life was like defending Taylor Swift
Right.
because
It's
everybody needs to talk about her now, even if, you know, if you don't like an artist, you don't have to talk about them. We don't need to
like
bring
it's
them
like
up,
if you're
you
going to
know?
do that, if you're going to do that, you want it to be I mean, this is an extreme example, but I'm sorry, let me think of the name of the song. They Not Like Us. Like
Not
when
like
you write
us.
a diss
Yeah. I
track
literally
and
was
it
going to say,
becomes
heard
like
you like them
it's like
young. Hey,
yeah,
Drake.
exactly. Like
Yeah, right.
just went my like the A minor. Yeah, her was A minor. Like
Yeah.
that shit. Like damn, if you're gonna do it, like that's what you want to happen. Like shit. But this song, it's like you did that and you capitalized your name, but like no one really knows about it. So like if Kim is sitting there, it's like oh, who really cares?
But also, I think, and this was also, again, probably part of my comment, again, was just that, like, if Thank You, Amy came out on Reputation, go with pitchforks outside of Kim Kardashian's
Right.
house. But we are 8 years removed or 7, whatever at the time, which I feel like lends itself to other people being like still harping on it, which is like
Right.
she's allowed to.
Right.
She like that was a very traumatic time in her life. She's allowed to still harp on that if she
Yeah.
wants to. But like I feel like the Drake and Kendrick thing was happening in real time that summer, not like us came out a week after. They were going back and forth left and right, where it's like, yeah, Kendrick is being a petty little guy, but like
Yeah.
they were going back and forth
It
so much
was
that it
right-
was just like, oh my God, he got
yeah.
him. Like
Yeah,
if she
yeah.
did that right after, like even like anything in Reputation that references that shit, I'm like, get it, girl.
Right.
Get them. But like I feel like sometimes when it's so far removed that it's like, I know you're gonna get hate, like, or you're gonna get people that don't like that you're doing this, which just makes me feel like
Like we absorb
I'm
it.
fighting your
Because
battle.
people know
You don't
yeah.
care, but I'm fighting your battle.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
no, literally.
exactly.
Wait, let's talk. We're gonna pick this back up because I
Mhm.
have something to say. But
Okay.
I want to go to the bottom three
Yes.
first. So let's go. How do you want to guess? Do you want to guess most like least favorite to like least favorite number one to two to three, or like vice versa? Or do you just want to throw three songs out? Like, how do you want to go about it?
I'll throw 3 songs out. Obviously, I feel like 2 of them are going to be the things I've already said, but if I'll throw a few songs out. Thank you, Amy.
Okay.
I Can Fix Him, The Manuscript, and Robin, maybe.
Okay, you threw
Like,
four.
no, I know.
That's
That's why I said I'm going to throw a few. I guess a few is 3, not 4, but I think I'll stop there.
okay. You got two of the three. So the spread,
And was it pretty clear?
the
The top
two of
2
the
of them?
three are.
Okay.
So how shall I? Because the two of the three that are like very clearly the least favorite are two that you guessed, and then the
Okay.
third one you did not guess. So
Okay.
I'll just go for it. Well,
Yeah.
actually, what do you think the least favorite is? Because the least favorite got so 42.6% of people said this is their least favorite. So almost half of.
Unfortunately, I think it's Robin.
You're right. Oh my God, how did you know that? I was surprised. I
I
was
just
like,
know
wait,
people don't like it. And I get it
that's
because it's
I was
not one
so
of my
shocked.
favorites, but like I don't get it because I feel like it's something that when it hits hard. That like I feel like I would never be able to vote it as the least favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like even if it doesn't hit me hard, I know it
Yeah,
hits other people hard, so I feel like I'm never gonna vote Robin as
it
a
doesn't
bottom.
like hit me hard, but like understanding what it's about, like after the first or like like whatever,
Agreed.
I am like, oh, this is so sweet. So I
Sweet.
was
Yes.
surprised by that because I thought everybody
No, I
understood
think some
that.
people are just like, nah, fuck it. Don't like the way it sounds. I'm
Yeah,
young, don't have kids, don't care about growing up.
yeah, all
Bottom.
right,
I
but
don't
yeah, so
know.
that's a least favorite on the whole album.
Yeah.
I just can't. I'm just like so like I just
Because
feel
I didn't
like
vote for it, but
I
I
don't
know
care.
I feel like I've seen that sentiment on Twitter and I feel like I'm an
Okay,
older demographic on Twitter. So that's maybe
right.
why I'm thinking these things.
Right, right. Yeah, I had no idea. Like I said, like I don't really know the pulse of the people, I guess, at all.
Well, I feel like in general it's just like
I get it though, sonically. Like I do understand. Like
that's what I
I
mean.
like
Like
I
sonically,
had to really think about this to get it. But it's like very light,
yeah,
so it doesn't like hurt my ear the way that like
other things might.
Chloe or Sam or Sophie or even like Florida or Fresh Out the Slammer when
Yes.
those I was
Yeah.
like, ugh, like that I'm like, ah, no, no, no. And eventually those grew on me. But
Right.
like this, even if I'm not like, oh, whatever, it's so light and floaty
Hmm.
that I'm like, okay, even if I don't like the song, like I'm not like, turn it off.
Yeah. No,
Like
I
it's
getcha.
peaceful, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, oh, I'm I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, no, I agree because like I don't think I'd ever vote for that song as a bottom. It's never up there for me, but
No,
like I don't think
totally.
I would ever say this is I don't like the song.
Right.
Like so it is weird that people would because I mean it's not, but like it feels like like a Marjorie or a Soon You'll Get Better where it's like I feel like I would never put this song in those songs in any sort of ranking because they just feel so overwhelmingly emotional. I almost feel like Robin is not in terms of like the message of the song, but like for the people it means something to. Like I feel like it really somehow like hits really deep for people. Not me, but for
Yeah.
other people where I'm like, I would never be able to vote this song for anything because I feel like, you
Yeah,
know,
like,
there's
you
some people that have such a
understand.
deep connection to it that I would
Yes.
never
Put that.
devalue what
Yes,
they
because
think
it's
about
so
it.
important. Like, what it is so
Right.
important. Like, the most important thing. So
Like
it's like you gotta
childhood and innocence.
like
Like
you
I
respect
totally,
it.
exactly. Where I'm like, I could never vote that song.
Yeah, I agree.
I
That's why.
understand it sonically, but like I
Yeah,
could never do it lyrically, I guess.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Now, the next one, um, is 30. Oh, hold on, sorry, I have to get back to it. So the second least favorite, if that makes sense, 38.6. So it goes from 42.6 to 38.6. So these two are pretty close together, like percentage wise, both around 40%. Um, and that would be, as you guessed, thank you, Amy.
Okay.
So that one is, yeah, people just really, they
I feel
don't
like it's
like
probably
it.
the same thing that I,
And
you know,
yeah, and so I knew that we were going to talk about this again, which is why I said I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to say my thing.
yeah.
Um, what is also interesting, I made ChatGPT analyze like the individual comments, and not all of them are the same. Like so the question I asked open ended was, if you had to pick one of those, like what is your actually least
Right.
favorite if you have one? Like if you did pick three. And so that thank you, Amy is actually number one, technically.
That's
Um,
the comments.
Robin is ends up yes. Robin if isn't actually number three, which is it's
I
actually pretty
like that.
interesting.
It makes sense though, because
Like
I
if
feel
you're
like
putting
people
your
are saying
bottoms,
there's a
yeah,
song I hate more and it's this one, but I
but it's
don't
in my
necessarily
bottom.
love Robin. Yeah.
Right. So people are just sticking to one. It's
Yep.
actually thank you, Amy. And the reasons, and this is just kind of like ChatGPT summarizing the comments. It's overdone theme. Some feel
Yeah.
she's harping on the topic again. Feels childish, unnecessary, or doesn't hit emotionally. Doesn't fit sonically with the rest of the album. Listeners are tired of the Kim Kanye narrative. Specific mood required. It's not replayable. So yeah, no, totally. But to
Yeah.
your point, like I shouldn't talk shit, but like I don't know if I told this story before,
Talk shit,
but I'm gonna
please.
talk shit. So exactly what you said about like we have to fucking hear it from people.
Literally.
And it's like giving ammo for us to have to like get fucking hate for. And I'm not like being like Taylor Swift, fuck you for doing this. Like that's obviously not what I mean at all. But I just want to say that you're right because something that I think about all the time. So a year ago or like a little less than a year ago, after the album came out, I was
Mhm.
at my fiance's sister's graduation, like after thing at like a brewery, and all her friends were there, and they're younger. They're like a lot younger, not a lot younger than us, but like 4 or 5 years younger than us. And I like all of her friends. And one of her friends is a huge Swiftie, and she's like, "Oh my God, like I heard you had a podcast. I think maybe she listens." And like we were like just she's like, "Yeah." So we were just like gabbing about the new album and like the songs that
Yeah.
we've liked. I'm like, "No way." She's like, "Yeah, but my friends, not Maddie. Maddie just is like indifferent towards
Hmm.
Taylor Swift, but she's like, yeah, my friends like hate her, and her two other friends who I actually know more than the girl that I was talking to and like more were like, yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, that's totally fine. Like you don't have to like Taylor Swift. Like I really don't care."
Literally. Yeah.
I just could not care less. Like I like if you like it, and you want to talk about it, great. But like I'm not here
Yeah.
to argue with you. Like
Yeah.
I
I
don't need.
won't bring it
I'm
up
not
if
trying
you
to
don't want to.
convince
Yeah.
you.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, like whatever. She's like, no, it's a problem. I'm like, no, like it's fine. Like who cares? Like I like everybody. Like whatever. Blah 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 blah. And then I think people always just try to still tell me their opinion of why they like don't like it.
Hmm.
Her and I'm like,
Hmm.
that's yeah, sure. Like what I don't know what they said, but I was just like, seriously, whatever.
Do you?
That's great. Like I love her and like, you know, that's that. And so then I continue to have like a positive conversation about the album with the girl, but then the two friends, the one friend is like, yeah, it's just so fucking childish. And it's just so immature and like embarrassing. Um and she doesn't know that I can hear her saying all of this.
Of course.
And she was like, yeah. And then she started talking about Thank You, Amy. She's like, did you hear that there's a fucking song? Like Taylor Swift said, a 6-year-old middle or a sixth grade middle school girl where she like capitalized the KIM, like, and Thank You, Amy, and like blah, 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 blah. Like, literally, it's just so fucking pathetic. Like, she was like, and then she also did like one of those like mocking, like, she was like, about whatever. And she's like, you have to be like, she's like, it's just so stupid and like immature or something like that. And I am like trying to have this conversation
Yeah.
and my blood is fucking boiling because I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm taking it personally. You're calling me stupid. You're calling
It's
me
not
like,
100%.
after we're saying that, like, I just told you it is okay. So I snapped. If I could not contain my anger, I was not in control of myself. Does that ever happen? Like you get like I
Yes.
like it was I'm like she can't be fucking serious. Like stop. You're being a fucking bitch. Like you see
Steph, there's a
standing there.
reason that the "This Is Me Trying" lyric of what the fuck is it? My words shoot to kill when I'm
Yes.
mad, and I have a lot of
I have a lot of
regrets
regrets about
There's
that.
a reason it hits so deep for me.
Yeah. So I was like, actually, I like literally just dead stopped whatever conversation I'm having with the girl. I was like, actually, what you wouldn't know, I was like, and by the way, I was like, it's not stupid. I was like, I take it from somebody who literally studies literature and has to teach that for a living. She is like I said something like that, and then I don't know how that tied into my point, but I did say that, which is like annoying, but whatever. I said it, and I was like, actually, this whole album, I was like, a lot of it is a callback to her fans. Taylor Swift used to do that when she was in high school in her early days in her first album. She used to leave codes for her fans to see what songs were about. So this song is not it's literally for her fans. It's like calling back, which is so fun for us, to the old days of Taylor Swift. It's not about like it's immature to what you're saying because like she's doing it to as a nod to all of us.
Yeah.
As a nod to her fans that have been there since we were younger. Like that's just something that she's always done. Like she loves to leave those Easter eggs. So I was like, it's not stupid and it's not
Yeah.
like, but and then I forget what she said back. She was just like, yeah, like I think she was taken aback
Oh, for sure.
by my tone. And she was like, yeah, like blah, 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 blah. And then I don't know what she said. Like, she didn't apologize, but she definitely was like, I just like don't like her. Like, yeah, no, like I get it.
Totally
Like,
fine.
no, it's fine. I was like, yeah, no, you're allowed to not like her, but like that is something that's for her fans. Like, it's not like immature,
And
whatever.
I have learned two things over the, I guess, like last couple years of like being a true Swiftie and like feeling the hate compared to like just, you know, not getting involved in these things. One, I've never seen more people talk about artists they don't like than people that don't like Taylor Swift needing to talk about Taylor Swift. Because that's my first point I ever bring up. I'm always like, oh, so weird that I don't like X, Y, or Z artists, but I never bring that up to you because I don't like them. Why do I want to talk about them? But for some fucking reason, you have to put Taylor Swift in your mouth to tell me you don't like her because you know I like her. So thanks for that. That's really nice of you.
Right.
That's one. Two is if you can talk about specifics on a 31 track deep album and you can somehow get to fucking 25 with Thank You, Amy, and bring up some shit about it.
Yeah.
You have an obsession with Taylor Swift that I don't want to talk about because at least my obsession is good.
Yeah. Like,
I
stop
love
harping
Taylor
on
Swift.
negativity.
But like
No,
you're obsessed with her
so
because you hate her?
annoying.
That's fucking weird. Move
No,
on.
I
Move on.
Steph, this isn't even what really gets me going. So that happens.
Oh no.
That happens, and then I'm like, whatever it is, I continue my conversation, but then the anger subsides.
Yeah.
And reality sets in. I'm like, oh shit, I'm embarrassed. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know when it like, I'm
No,
like,
I do.
whoa, I did not mean to do that. I
really
couldn't
do.
control myself. So we are talking about something else entirely. And I'm like, by the way, like this is like maybe 5 minutes later. And I'm like, by the way, I'm really sorry if I came at you. Like I was like, I totally didn't mean to do that. I just get shit like all the time. And it's just so annoying because I feel like people are like coming at my like intelligence and stuff. I was like, I totally didn't mean to like whatever. I was like, that was not towards you at all. Like I apologized. I was like, that was not towards you at all. Like I was like, I just hate when people
Do this.
talk shit, like talk whatever. Like
Yeah.
whatever. But I apologized. I was like, I'm sorry. Like because I was embarrassed with
Mm.
my actions. And so again, 5 minutes later, I apologized and I explained myself. Like, this is not about you. I'm so sorry. Like, I just the whatever. So many people say shit and it gets fucking annoying. Like, you don't need it, whatever.
Literally.
And then we continue on and have great like I don't know, not about Taylor Swift, about other things. We know like similar people, whatever. This is like her best friend, like her best friend in the world. After that, this was in like maybe May, like in the summer, July 4th, she comes to my house, she brings her sister. I love them and I really like them. Like I really like I've been with her a lot. And then August rolls around. On vacation with Ryan's family and we go out and we're drunk. I'm not drunk actually. They are very drunk. Her and Maddie and her boyfriend, very, very drunk. And I don't know why, what in God's name
Oh God.
makes Maddie's boyfriend tell me this, but he's so drunk and he's telling us how much he loves us, me and Ryan. I love you. Blah, 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 blah. Uh, uh, saying how he wants to be like hang out with us more and like all this, and he hates Maddie's friends or like whatever. I don't know. Some like not that he like
Oh my
hates.
God.
I don't know how that comes up. And he's like, yeah, and I forget what he said. He's like, yeah, yeah. When someone said something about you, I stood up for you. I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And then Maddie's like, stop, stop, stop. And so she's like, don't say anything. And then she goes to the bathroom. So he tells me, he's like,
Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
yeah, because he's bombed.
Yeah.
He's like, that friend, and I'm not gonna say her name. He's like, yeah, that friend called you a bitch. She said that she like he's like, you guys had an argument or something, and I'm like, about Taylor Swift? Like that's the only thing I it's like, yeah, yeah. So she said after, like, yeah, your brother's girlfriend or like fiance like is a bitch or something like that. And he's like, and I stood up for you, like blah 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 blah. And then
Good.
Maddie came back and like heard him telling me, she's like, oh, stop. Like, I don't want her to like think differently of like,
Honestly,
of
fuck
my
her.
friend.
I think differently.
And I was like, no, it's fine. Like, I understand why she said that. But then I like think about it and
No,
to this day, and I'm like, you know what? That's bullshit because I fucking apologized.
no, it is bullshit.
5 minutes fucking later. And not only did I apologize, but she was the one being a bitch, not
Literally.
me. She
No,
was being
fuck
a
her.
nasty bitch.
Fuck her.
And you know what?
She
I do think
invited to your
differently.
wedding. Give me the name.
No, she's not invited to my wedding.
Good.
No, her friends are not invited to my wedding, but like she will be in my like I've seen her since. Like I still will like enjoy her company, whatever it is, but it's
Yeah,
in the
but
back of my mind.
I was gonna say, don't even enjoy her company anymore. If she thinks you're a bitch, be one. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, I
Literally,
totally.
fuck
I'm
it.
not gonna kiss
Be
her
a bitch.
ass
Yeah, I was just say at this point,
because
be a
I was
bitch.
like, you know what? I was actually embarrassed. I wasn't like mean to her. I just was like I just, but I literally apologized. Like Steph, I apologized 5 minutes later, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to come at you.
No,
And
but
so
like
then
this
you're gonna
is.
then go behind my back and like tell after we're engaged and like say that I'm a bit like
But this is also what's so frustrating about like for some fucking reason Taylor Swift being such a polarizing figure for writing music. Like it really annoys me so much because it's just like you can't win
no.
because you what like stop yucking our yums. We've talked about this plenty of times. Like why do people continually talk shit about something we've clearly said we enjoy? Why do people feel like, oh, you know what? You like Taylor Swift. I'm about to say 15,000 things that I hate about her, even though I know nothing about her,
Right.
to just bring your joy down.
Like you're
To
trying
me,
to piss me
that's
off.
being a bitch.
It is.
That
No,
is being rude.
It was. And
If someone tells me they love, like, if you tell me you love fucking Chris Brown, who's an abuser, okay, I don't listen to him much
Right.
anymore, but okay, everybody has their own opinion. But for
Yeah.
some reason, or like Morgan Wallen,
yeah.
like or Tate McRae. Well, not Tate McRae,
Yeah.
but like you know how like I guess she's
yeah, there's-
collabing with Morgan
Morgan
Wallen, so
Wallen,
now
yeah.
everybody's upset with her. Like, you know, I see a lot of my friends like, oh, Morgan Wallen concert tonight, and like in my head, I'm like, well, I don't really listen to country music anymore. So that's one reason I'm not going to Morgan Wallen. But like
Right.
at the same time, I'm like, I'm never going to be like, oh, but he's a racist.
Right.
You probably shouldn't listen to him anymore. I'm like,
Right.
you like him? I'm not going to say anything. But for
Yeah,
some
who
reason, if I say I
cares?
like Taylor Swift, you need to like berate me into the ground for being an imbecile and a child.
Oh my God,
Like,
it's
come on.
so annoying. And then when you don't take the bait, which I stopped doing after that incident, and I literally just like don't have a reaction, and then
Well, and
whoa,
that's
what's
why,
wrong? And
like,
I'm like, I don't want to. I'm like, honestly, I'm just tired of hearing people's opinions. Like, you could think what you want, and then they also get mad, upset
literally.
that I'm not taking the bait and I'm not getting angry. So
No, because I have people now who will say something like, oh, well, don't say that in front of Steph. She's a huge Swiftie. And I'm like,
I hate when
actually,
people say
people
that.
have their own opinions and they can have whatever opinion they want. I don't
Yeah,
care. If you don't like Taylor Swift, you don't like Taylor Swift. And that's
yeah,
literally how I end every conversation, besides if they keep coming at me. And then I usually just go to the point of, I've never heard someone talk about an artist that they hate so much this
right,
much,
right.
and then I'm done. And that's it. I don't do anything else. Because for the most part, I feel like at least people in my life that I've encountered, it's like, oh, she's not my thing. And I'm like, you know what? She's not for everybody, I
That's
guess. Like,
fine.
and that's
Yeah,
fine. Like, I'm never gonna push her on you. If I think there's a song you might really enjoy, like it's gonna hurt me to not be able to tell you should listen to this song because I know you don't like Taylor Swift.
yeah,
But like, like that's that. But yeah,
yeah.
it literally has become I have to just like be like, no, everybody has their own opinion and it's totally fine.
Yeah, and it is, and that's
And I
always what they
never talk about
say.
artists I don't like, so I don't know why you keep bringing up Taylor Swift if you don't like her.
It's so crazy.
It's
Anyway,
funny.
that is to your point.
Tangent. The
The
thank
shit
you
that I have
Amy
to
tangent.
absorb.
It's the
Now,
thank you Amy
one of
tangent.
the her best friends doesn't like thinks I'm a bitch now. So great. Thank you.
Just be one, honestly. If they
No,
already
I know,
think
but
it. I know.
it still pisses me. Like it just like okay, yeah, now I am. You know what? I was being a bitch, but like you were being a bitch. Like be self-aware. I was self-aware 5 minutes later.
Right. And you also like you steered the conversation to somebody else that didn't like that wanted to
Yeah.
talk about Taylor Swift. Or like, like you didn't make
Right.
them sit there and listen to it.
No. Oh my
So
God.
stupid.
Anyway, that's what I have to say about thank you, Amy.
Yeah, it does bring up those types of situations.
Yeah, it does.
But again, if you somehow know what the 25th track on an album is
Yeah,
referencing, that's a you issue and you
right.
need to like chill down your haterade,
Yeah,
whatever
and
the
enough to
fuck.
talk about it and like get mad about it. Like get over
Literally.
it.
And honestly, if you're mad about it because you're a fan of the Kardashians, get over yourselves.
Yeah,
What do they do?
literally. Anyway,
Anyway.
the third, but it drops to only 19.8%.
Oh, wow, big drop.
Yeah, that's why it's like really, but we said
Yeah.
top bottom three. So the third is Chloe or Sam or Marcus.
Oh.
It's the third,
Wow. Okay.
but it does drop a lot. Now what's interesting is when people then so then it drops. I will just say it like number four is what you picked also goes from 19.8% to 17.8. So those two are close, but then there's another drop. So I'm not gonna like go
Mhm.
into all of it. Is I can fix them no really I can.
Okay.
But then after that, there's another big drop, right? And then it goes from like basically 10% and down. I'm not gonna say what because we'll talk about with the tops, but there is one song that I'm looking at now. Nobody picked as their least favorite, which is interesting. Every other song is picked at least once. Like there's a bunch picked once,
Wow.
twice, three, four times. There's only one song not picked at all. Now,
Wow.
on the other end, what's so interesting, not even in the top four or five, six, seven, whatever. When I then looked at the amount of comments, uh, which again weren't as many as people like voted because I didn't make it a required question, but when people had to pick their one most hated song or least favorite, I should say, not most hated.
Mm.
As I said, thank you, Amy is first,
Okay.
and second really pisses me off. It fucking pisses me off. Guess what it is?
Second? But it's not in. Is it the albatross?
No,
Is it the bolter?
no. Oh my God, no.
No, well, you said it really pisses
Yeah,
you off, which is why I was thinking of.
yeah. So high school.
Wait, the fuck?
It's just pissing me off. I like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
The
So
fuck?
Yeah, that was the second. Now, percentage wise,
Not
only
close.
10% of votes. Like the amount of votes, there's only like maybe half the people commented. So like if more, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like the opinions
Yeah,
be the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
But still, for people to then call it as like if I'm picking one, it's so high school, like right after Thank You, Amy.
Ew.
The overplayed doesn't emotionally collect, basic or too upbeat, seen as cringy or mature. I just disagree. I just like there's so many things
No,
I could
that's the
say.
point. It's supposed to be a little immature because it's so high
Yeah,
school.
like literally it's saying like
Mm.
you make me feel so young.
She, he,
You make me, it's literally the
yes,
song You Make Me Feel So Young. Is that
literally.
mature?
He makes her feel like all the songs she wrote about love,
Yes.
thinking she thought it what it was in high school.
Yeah, when people tell you love's not a fairy tale, like it is a fairy tale and it
It
can
can
be.
be.
That's what she's writing.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And like honestly, whoever
Yeah,
picked that, like they haven't found
fucking,
love. Like whoever sang that,
that's
like
so fucking sad.
yeah, they haven't found true love because if you listen to that, that's literally what it feels like when you find it and you're like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that this actually existed." Like I thought it was just like what we thought love was. And then like you find it and you're like, you get like you're like, "I just want to giggle with you."
That's so sad. Unless it's the Gaylors.
Probably. It
Did
probably
they
is.
find, yeah, if
I
they
don't
found,
know if they listen to our podcast, but
well, if they found the
or
survey.
answered the survey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be. But no, I mean, I have the overview of the comments. I don't have the specific ones up. And then
Yeah.
number 3 is Robin, so it
Yeah.
flips.
Interesting.
Um, and then there's no other like that was just I wanted to mention that was shocking.
Yeah.
Like the top
Yeah.
3 aren't the
No,
same, and not
that
only
is
are they
really
not the
weird.
same.
Yeah. That's really weird.
Yeah.
I don't
So
love that. I can like, this is the thing though. Like, I can understand non-fans thinking So High School is a childish song,
yes,
but I can't understand
people who be taking the survey saying that.
exactly. Exactly.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, that throws me off.
No, and it like see, it's like I'm angry again.
No, I get it. Like,
I want to
that
say
really
things.
upsets me.
Okay, I think we should move to the top 5.
Top five. Okay.
Get that negativity out.
Boom, out of here. We really did stray on a negative tangent.
Yeah, we love
Um,
those.
but
Positive,
no, but we're
and that's why
positive vibes only.
positive, and that's why I was like, we have to like 5 good ones, you know. So now I chose for me. Let's talk about us for a second
Yes.
because we're so
Let's talk about
important.
us.
I think we should guess each other's like top 3 to 5.
Oh shit. But you might know mine.
You probably know mine. I've
No, but
definitely
like
told
you
you a
might know mine
thousand
because I
times.
answered the quiz.
Oh, I don't know what your answers are. I have no
Okay.
idea.
Okay. Okay.
I picked Trace.
You only picked three.
Yes. How many did you pick?
I think I picked five. I was
Oh.
following instructions.
No, I said up. I wrote
No, I
up
know,
to
but it really
5.
even was hard for me to pick five. I felt bad leaving some out.
Oh, I picked 3 because like there's a clear 3, but like I always say what my clear 3 are, so I wouldn't be surprised if you got them all.
No, I don't think I know them at all.
Okay, who should go first?
Like
I'll
for
go first.
guessing?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess yours.
Okay.
Okay. The Prophecy.
Oh wait, am I supposed to say yes or no?
Oh, I don't.
I thought you were
I
gonna
will.
go all five. I didn't know if you want. Do you
Oh,
want-
should I go all? Should I go 5? Because I can't think that quick.
Um.
Okay,
Okay.
the
Like,
Prophecy. Okay, so the Prophecy is definitely number 1.
yeah, you're right. Although,
Oh, I know what else.
oh,
What?
okay. Go ahead.
I look in people's windows.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I have to look at the track list. Okay, after that, I don't fucking
I don't even
know.
remember what I picked, but I know actually I know two of what I picked, but I can't remember the last one. But I also think I missed I left one out that I should have
Okay,
picked.
Guilty as Sin.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
It's like I know, yeah. I
Yeah.
fucking know you. Um,
You're never going to get one. Because it's not, well, now I'm afraid you're going to look at the lyrics or at the results and find it, but because it's not one I ever talked
no,
about.
I I couldn't go through all the results to find
No,
what
I hear you.
I would. I'm just looking at the track list. Wait, what did I say? Guilty as sin.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I would guess. Ah, fuck. Like I want to. I'm not. Um, I'm gonna get you back.
Fucking hell, Steph. Yes.
Oh
That's the
yes.
one I thought you would never be able to get because it really grew on me.
But you know what?
Ugh.
I think so. Like guilty as sin, and I'm gonna get you back. No, I remember you saying that you love guilty as sin, but those two, like, I feel like a lot of people are like, yeah, to those.
Ugh. That one was one that grew on me the most though, because that was not in my top 10 the first time we did this.
Mm, oh, I don't even remember
Oh, I don't remember.
beyond.
I don't remember either, but
But even like I know we've talked about again, like, okay, which ones have grown, which ones haven't. I just know, I just remember you loving the prophecy, and I look in people's windows.
yeah, no, and those are still, I still love those.
Yeah. Oh fuck, five. Uh, maybe, maybe who's afraid of little old me? Okay, what
No.
is that? I don't know. I don't know.
I think I picked So Long London,
Oh, interesting.
but I also was equally upset that I hadn't picked Peter.
Okay, I was. It's funny because I always am like, you either like the prophecy or Peter, and Justine's the one that likes Peter, and you like the prophecy. But it makes sense because both of those are both like sad.
Yeah.
So I was gonna
Yeah,
pick
we're
it.
sad girls. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna like pick it, but I
Yeah.
didn't.
No, but
So
I didn't pick Peter in this one. But I remembered as I was picking, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm not picking Peter. But
so
I felt that about Clara Bow too. Like I was like, I can't believe I'm not picking Clara Bow.
yeah.
But I just had to
Well,
go with what I was feeling.
okay. What's your absolute most favorite of those? Like,
That's
even
really
if it's
hard
top
stuff
two.
because obviously, like when the prophecy, like I remember
Yeah,
saying on
you
our podcast, like
really.
I was like, this is a top 10 of all time. So I think I would still say the prophecy is like is still
If
like
you
one of
had to
my
pick one,
favorite favorites. I can't.
but you have
I
to.
can't.
But you kind of did. You just kind of said the prophecy.
No, but I feel like it's like,
You kind of did.
okay, I guess I did. But
Over, I look in people. I feel like the prophecy is a good one to pick
I don't
because it's
know.
so like heart wrenching and like whatever. And like I look in people's
Yes.
windows. I also fucking love that song, but like
Oh, fuck, I love that
there's
song.
not as much. There's not as much like.
No, and I wish there was more to it. It's like, and
Right,
now that we don't talk, it ended way too soon. I needed
right,
2 minutes more
right,
of that song.
right.
No, but like what truly gets me going is Guilty as Sin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In terms of like a
What
song I
if
can
he's
listen to at
really
any
mine?
fucking vibe I ever want,
Right,
Guilty as Sin.
right.
You know?
I think Bridget got that as her surprise song in like Miami.
Jealous.
Or is it I'm gonna get you back? No, I think it was Guilty as Sin.
I was gonna say I'm gonna get you back is actually 2 in that list of can get me going anytime I want, no
Yeah.
matter the mood. I'm gonna get you back is one I want to listen to.
Yeah, and those two like are
Absolutely.
similar to me. Like I love both of them, but like they are the similar, like just what you said, like the similar vibe.
Yeah,
Wow. So that's who you are. Those are
I
your
guess.
fighters.
I guess that's who I
So
am.
wait, so the prophecy, I look in people's windows. I'm gonna get you back.
Guilty as
Guilty
Sin
as Sin.
and So Long London.
Oh, okay. So long, London.
But could have been Peter or Clairbow. Whatever I was feeling that
Yeah.
day might have taken it up a notch. Fuck. And also, actually, How Did It End was also one I didn't know how I
Oh,
couldn't put in a top
that's
five,
such a good song.
but I
So
didn't.
good.
Yeah, like those were the ones I was thinking of with like, how could they not be up here? Also, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. I could not figure out how they weren't going
My
in.
boy
But see, I
only
just said
breaks
10
his
songs.
favorite
Like all
toes.
of
I
them, I could
know.
not figure out how they weren't going somewhere, you know? Like it was really hard.
No, I get it. I mean, I had a clear three, but
Steph,
what I couldn't open it up past the clear three because then it would get to 10. But there are three that are just
Steph,
like
I
so fucking good.
genuinely
I don't know if, like how you couldn't know.
How I couldn't know?
Hmm. I mean, I'll tell you why after that. I feel like you should know, but at least no, actually, yeah, that's okay.
I need to go to the track list. Um, fuck. Like I feel like I'm trying to remember. I feel like I'm remembering things, but then how did I not pick Love of My Life either? Or Lost of My Life? Jesus.
Oh my God, yeah.
Um, I do think the Bolter is one for you. Yeah. Okay.
Oh fuck yeah, hell yeah,
Yes.
hell yeah.
Um, My Boy Only Breaks' favorite choice was The Climber for you. I don't think it's a top three though. Is it? Did it get there?
Yeah.
Steph.
Oh my God, it's been there.
I knew it climbed, but I didn't know
Yeah.
if it could climb as
Oh, it
high
kept climbing.
as.
Yeah.
Oh my God, hell fucking yeah. I love
Steph.
that one.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure either that or the Bolter. Either way, both of them were there. Was my most played song this year.
Oh my God, fuck.
Last year. Yeah.
Incredible. Oh my God. Okay, the last one. I've got two in my head, but I don't even know if either of them are right. Like, part of me wants to say So High School.
Okay. What's the other one?
For some reason. Now it doesn't make sense. But I was gonna say, oh shit. All right.
Say your thoughts out
Okay,
loud.
I'll throw Down Bad out there.
Okay.
And then The Black Dog.
Okay. One of those is correct.
One of the last two or the last three
One
that
of
I
those
said?
three is correct. Well, I'm not gonna, I'm just one of those three.
I'm gonna go So High School.
No. The Black Dog.
The Black Dog. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, The Black Dog.
So high school what? Because initially it wasn't. I still love that song, but that would be if I was opening it up to the next.
Level.
My big three are the Bolter, My Boy and Mixer's Favorite Toys, and the Black
The
Dog.
Black Dog.
Holy fucking shit. I do not go a day without listening to all of these songs,
Amazing.
sometimes more than once. They don't get old. And like all three of them together, like for different, like they give me something that I
Such
fucking
different
need.
things. Yeah.
They're so versatile. And like they also speak to like every little piece of Taylor Swift that I love.
Mm-hmm.
They're so good. And like all of them, day one of the album, I mean, like 2 weeks into the album, the Bolter might have been in my top 10, like whatever it was, but like none of them I said were like number one, whatever it is. Especially I think My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys
Yeah.
wasn't in the top 10. The other two might have been the Black Dog
Yeah, I think it was
Bolter.
because I think we both had the Black Dog.
Yeah.
And Black Dog is still, that probably rounds out the ones that I can't believe I missed in like
Yeah.
picking a top five, you know? Because I do think we both had the Black Dog.
Yeah.
That makes
'Cause
sense.
So the reason I said I'm like, you have to know is because in the summer when we were like, oh, like what are our thoughts? And I said like these three songs I can't stop listening to. And like they made it up. And then I said it one more time on the podcast, like these three are still like, I can't stop. And then I went just like sharing our like Spotify Wrapped, like I posted and we probably like texted each other. And it's those three. It was So High School and it was
That's so
King of My Heart
funny.
because King of My Heart does not ever leave my top five. Like
Yeah.
most listened to songs. Um, I just I feel so strongly about them, particularly the Black Dog and Bolter. Um, I love My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys so fucking much, but
Hmm.
like no, I fucking love it. But like the other two are different emotion, like really more emotional, you know. Now my
Yeah.
favorite, my number one of all of those that I wrote is the Bolter.
Wow.
By all accounts, you must drown in sex and frigid water. And I can't confirm she made a curious child, every vile by everyone. Anyway, because like, first of all, you get the acoustic vibe, but it's like upbeat, but it's like the escapism, it's like magical, and the lyrics, and it's just like everything. it's just magical. It's just a magical song and it's great lyric. Like, I can't even explain it. I just fucking love it. And more people need to love it. It's so
I know.
He's been many places with men of
I do
many
love that part.
faces. First, they're off to the races, and she's laughing, drawing aces, but none of them are changing. Like the cherry is waiting, hearts are hers for the taking. There's escape in escaping. And so, this song actually, I think, perfectly does what Chloe Sam, blah blah blah, and Marcus and I Hate It Here and Fresh Out the Slammer try to do but don't do as well, which is mesh two vibes together where you have like started with a kiss, so we must stop meeting like this, and then the all her fucking lives flash
Yeah.
before her eyes, where it's like almost taking you out of the like woo to like a little sultry.
Hmm.
And the mesh of those vibes is fucking everything like that I want. And it's just like I wish I could like describe what that song is. It's like an enchanted forest of magic and beauty and grace and love wrapped up
Yeah.
into one song. It is like everyone should go appreciate it more.
I know. And like I said, well,
Yeah,
that was part of why I think I knew the bolter was in there for you because I was like, I know
yeah,
I don't get it, but Steph
yeah,
does. And
yeah,
I know that's a, you know,
yeah. And the guitar and it's like the acoustic. Like I love the fucking acoustic.
hmm.
But it's like upbeat, but it's not like poppy upbeat. It's like a different type of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the Black Dog. Again, whenever like she can like get my emotions going in a song when I'm singing it, like I just did, the Black Dog too. And it's shitty and the Black Dog. Like you want to yell that
Yeah.
song, like you emote. So any
Yeah.
songs that are stripped of emotion vocally for me usually like fall flat.
Well, and I think that's a similar reason why I love So Long London. Like when she gets into, and you say I abandoned the
Yes.
ship, she is fucking
I'm
angry.
going down with it.
Like she is so
I
mad that I can like
empathize with.
feel it.
Yeah, and when she
And
says, I forget, but there's a part where you can, I like literally want to cry when I listen
you're
to So
not
Long
sure
London.
that he wants to be there. And then
Yeah.
she just kind of like breath, like, how much
Yes.
did you? And then I feel like Loss of
Oh,
My Life is a similar at the end when it's like, what a valiant
woman.
roar,
Yeah.
what a bland goodbye.
Goodbye.
So good.
Kathleen T. What? Yes.
Line.
Love of my lost LOML, Lamel, if you will. Um, also grew on me a lot because it's something that I did not grew
Yeah.
in being my top five or anything like that, but like I think I liked it initially and then I liked other piano songs more, which I still agree with. Like I like
Yeah.
or just the prophecy and Peter, like there's more emotions. But then I think that this is more of a social media thing where people influence my opinion, like bringing up the bridge a lot, and I'm like, oh my God,
Oh, the bridge is
actually,
phenomenal.
yeah. And so I listen to Lamel now.
Combing through the braids of lies.
Yeah, like it is emotive in like a delicate way, you know?
Yes,
So that also is something for me is like anytime she like I just said, overly emotive in some way and like the
for
bridge is
sure.
good and the melody is good, like it's making it up there for me
For
usually.
sure.
Um
Totally
and
agree.
and my only boy only breaks his favorite toys is like the poppy version of that. Like there was a litany of reasons why like I fucking
So good.
love. And then at the end there's a second like um part that like gets me
Yeah.
into it. I forget what it is, but ugh.
Just say when I'd
Yes,
play
it
again.
again. He was
Um,
my best friend. Yeah, so
that I think I said it the first time we talked about Torture Poets, but that was the first song. I know it's only the third song in the album, but that was the first one that I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Like,
yeah.
I'm in because I liked Fortnite at the last minute and a
I was like,
half.
that's okay.
Basically, I
Yeah.
liked the last minute. I was like, oh, I'm into this. But I'm
Yeah.
still really, that's my favorite part of Fortnite. I can't wait till we get to the
Right.
end of that song. And then like Tortured Poets, I was just like, okay, like cool vibes, but like,
Yeah. It's nothing
eh.
like super interesting.
Right. But then like getting my boy only breaks his favorite toys. I was like, oh fuck yeah. I was like, I
I
am
wanna
in.
I wanna like I don't wanna rewatch. I don't really like watching myself, but I wonder I don't remember what my initial
How you
reaction
felt? Yeah.
to it was. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
no I wonder
Because
if
I
I was like,
remember
it was
Tortured
a
Poets or
litany.
My Boy Down Bad, So Long London, that run, I was like, oh, yep.
Down Bad, I know was the first one that Ryan and I were like, woo, this like we both
And
like
that is
loved it.
why when we were just talking about it, I was I kind of said, I was like, I have a couple, but like, I was like, this one, I don't think, but I don't know. And it
Yeah.
was Down Bad that when I said it, because I was like,
Yes.
I know you liked it, but
The
like, I
thing,
don't remember it sticking
yeah, it
like
didn't sit, not that
still
it doesn't sit, I still like it, but it's definitely not,
for sure.
but also the thing that sucks is because any songs that were on the Air set list become overplayed to me. Like they like Who's Afraid of
Mm,
Little Me, But Daddy I Love Him, Down Bad, So High School, everything except for Smallest Man were initially in my tops. And like I don't know if it was because of the Air or whatever it was, but because like as soon as like this is almost I'm almost contradicting myself, but as soon as like everyone like likes it and it's like listening to it so much, it's like it's not
yeah.
my song anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but I still love those songs, but they're not like I wonder if I would feel the same way if they weren't the songs
On the
picked.
set list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I understand that.
But I do feel like it skews it a bit for me.
Yeah.
Uh, because even when I'm listening to like Taylor Swift's music as a whole, the ones that are on the playlist are the ones that like on her set that were on her set list are the ones that I'm gonna skip more than not
Yeah.
for some reason. Like I don't know. Like I'm like, no, let me like listen to the unheard ones. The
I guess that's
underground
true.
songs.
It probably just depends on how many like live, like, because I didn't really watch a lot of the live streams. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I
or
didn't
like,
I only did it towards the end of like surprise song stuff. So like 1989 I
right. But that's what I was gonna say. I feel like it also kind of just depends on like, if like, because I could 100% see like if you were tuned into watching every single live stream, I could see the songs on the set list being the ones that you don't listen to outside of, watching the
yeah.
Eras tour.
It's not even like I listened to like the Air Source set list. Like I don't know what it is.
Right. Well,
I
because I
think
was
it's
gonna say
just
when
like
I
you
do my
forget
Taylor
about
Swift,
songs, and I don't
yeah.
forget about the songs that are talked about all the time. Not that like
Except,
I listen to it. It's just that they're talked
you
about
know
more.
what's funny? You know how when I'm bored at work, I like to do Taylor Swift song quizzes where
Yeah,
I just have to name every Taylor Swift song.
yeah.
Do you know the two songs I forget the most from Tortured Poets? But
No,
Daddy, I Love Him and Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. I fucking
what's wrong
always
with
forget
you?
them. I always forget them. I don't know what it is. I can't,
Wow,
like,
that is kind of fucking crazy. But like
isn't it?
maybe it's because it's like hidden in plain sight. You know?
Right. No, I agree. It has to be because I'm like, I don't know how I
Yeah,
forgot
it's
these. Or
like
I'll remember one and not the other. And then like I'll get to the allotted time, like time's up, and then it will show like, but Daddy, I love him. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That's the one I forgot.
yeah, that would piss me off.
No, it really does. Like it irks me every time.
Oh, I
But
need to do that again one day, maybe tonight.
maybe, who knows?
Just like see what I know.
I'll send you the link. Um,
Thanks. Okay, so should we get into what the people's
yes, I want
choice?
to know. I was literally just about to say, I really want to know what
The
everybody thought.
PCA. Yeah, so this is so interesting to me because like I said, I actually did not know what people's pulse was at all.
Yeah,
And
me either.
it's not at all. There is only one front runner. And this number one song is also the only song zero people picked as their least favorite. So it's consistent. And I like because from the beginning, from day one of this survey, this has been a front runner, and I was like, oh, what? I like, I just, I had no idea, and like maybe I don't know, but okay.
Is it
So
guilty as sin?
wait, let me before I
Okay.
even answer that. I only could see that because now that I see all the results, like I said, I haven't really looked after number one. It's so consistent, like we said, it would
Yeah.
be. There's a big drop. So number one has 44.6% of the votes, or almost half of everyone picked this. And then it drops to 28.7%, but there's two tied. I
Wow.
think that's the next. I just have to see what the five are, you know? So that's okay. So 44.6, and then there's two. So number two and three are tied at 28.7%. So that's three. And then right after that, number four is 27.7%. Okay. So only 1% less. And then number five, right here, is 25.7%. Okay. But then right after that stuff, there's two tied with 23.8%. Wait, did I do that right? One, two, three, four, five. Okay, yeah. And then, but everything is so fucking close.
Yeah.
Every single song was picked at least once. Every single song. So
I
just
really
like we
love
said.
that for this album, by the way. I
Yeah.
really love that.
Now and everything song was picked more than once. I mean, there's a few songs picked twice, but like no song was picked only once.
Okay.
Um, okay,
But you're
so wait, let
saying
me
there's
look
only
at,
one song that was not picked as a least favorite?
yeah, and that's the number one song also, which makes sense. And I didn't know, like I just didn't know. Like I would have, if I had to take a crazy guess, it would have been not what this is. So sorry, I looked at the percentages, not the song. So that's number one. Two and three are tied, like I said. Four, wait, what's four? Four, five. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, hold the phone.
Hmm.
Hold the phone. I thought I just fucked up. Wait, one, two, three. Oh yeah, I almost fucked that up. Okay. One more time. One, two, three, four, five. Got it.
Okay. I have two thoughts.
Wait, do you want to go? Wait, how do we go about you guessing this? Are you guessing the order or?
I'm guessing the number one.
Okay, so we'll
I
go
think,
with.
and that's all I can do, I think. And then I think we're just gonna have to go for it, you know? Because
Yeah,
everything's
you're gonna
so
have
close.
to go.
You know
Yeah,
what I
so
mean?
why
Like,
don't you guess what number one is, and should I tell you if it's top five or not? If it's not number one.
yeah, because I have two thoughts on what number one would be.
Okay.
My first is Guilty as Sin. My second is Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
Incorrect.
Neither in
Both are not number one.
they're in the top.
Hold on. I don't want to fuck up again. When did you say guilty of sin and smallest man who ever
Guilty as
lived?
Sin and Smallest Man.
They are in the top five, yes.
They're both in.
They're both in the top five.
Okay.
So
Fuck.
those numbers are
Shit.
guilty as sin is tied for number two.
Okay.
And so then do we put that as 2, 3 for the tied? So then smallest man is technically number four.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because like
Two and
guilty
three
sin
are
and its
tied.
counterpart. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, fucking hell. So Long London? Nowhere?
Even no.
Okay, I'm gonna throw, I guess, a curveball, but I don't know if it's really a curveball. I can do it with a broken heart.
No.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue.
I know, it's
I
crazy.
have no fucking clue. Wait, okay, let me think. No bottom votes at all.
Not one person picked it
And
as their
overwhelmingly the top.
almost half of everybody. And it drops. It goes from 44.6 to like guilty of sin and its counterpart have 28.7. Like a huge drop. Like this is like I had no idea there was a clear front runner.
The Black Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steph, I was
Yeah.
like, wait, I didn't even know everyone liked it and it's mine. Like I love it. I feel like cool. I'm like, I know what the people like.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I actually do
I couldn't believe
completely
it.
get it because I feel like
because you just had like I know what it is. Like
Yeah.
what just washed over you? Take me through that
it's because
realization you just had.
okay, because I'll start with like because I thought it was Guilty as Sin or I don't even
Smallest
remember.
Man.
Smallest Man. And the reason I thought it could have been those was because I thought I don't think anybody hates these songs. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
I don't
yeah.
know how Smallest Man or Guilty as Sin could ever be in somebody's bottom three.
I agree with you. If I picked number one, I would have guessed like Guilty of Sin.
Right. And that's kind of why I leaned that way. Even though Smallest Man is not anywhere near the top of me for me.
Yeah.
The bridge is great,
but it's because it's on
ending
the
is
Eras
great.
tour. Like I
Right.
would be like, oh,
But
'cause the
that's why
bridge
in my head, and then similar to why I went, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart next, was because I
right.
was like, I don't think anybody would ever vote for
Totally.
that as a bottom song. But when you really think about in general, I feel like I have never heard a single bad thing about the Black Dog. Now, I don't necessarily know if I've heard people say this is absolutely a
Their
top
favorite.
favorite, but I could easily see it being top 5 in most people.
Yeah.
Besides, I Can Do It With Broken Heart or Smallest Man, for example, because those would not
Yeah.
be in mine. In my head, those two were my thoughts of that could never get a bottom vote.
Yeah.
Guilty as Sin, it was the other one. Once I realized the Black Dog, that would have been like I
Right.
could see a lot of people voting for it for top 5, and I could see nobody saying it would be a
Yeah.
bottom. Like, I don't know how anybody would pick. The Black Dog is just such a good song. Like, it is such a
It's just
quality
so
song through
fucking
and
good. It has
through.
everything. Yeah. I mean, I
Literally.
just went on a
And
soapbox like
I think once I was like thinking about it in the top 5 range, I feel like the Black Dog has, it's similar
it's
to
at the
Guilty as Sin, like so much range for being in a ton of people's top 5, more than like I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, like
yeah.
or Smallest Man.
Because there's just so much to it. And like,
Yeah.
let's me not forget something that I always like say, maybe to myself. I don't know. Ryan, is like the fucking end when she's like the screaming and she sucks the air back in. Scream. Like, oh my God.
So
Like,
good.
oh my fucking God. Just everything about that, the way her voice sounds, like
Mm-hmm.
what the song is about.
So
Uh,
good. It
it's
is
so
phenomenal.
fucking good.
It's been
And
it was in the top 10. It's still in the top 10 for
yeah,
me.
and you know what? I also made the only t-shirt I made for Torture Post for myself is the black dog. Like I made my I don't know if I ever I should have worn that today, but I'm wearing this.
TTPD.
I don't know why I didn't think to wear my black dog t-shirt.
It's
I should
okay.
have done it as an Easter egg
You
because it's
should have done
my
it as an
top
Easter egg.
and it's this top, and
Yeah,
I would have
you
been
really should have. But maybe I would have gotten it faster.
true.
Um,
So the other two, before I also want to go through, I don't know I don't have it pulled up, but like what people's tops were to see if it compares. But we still need what else is tied for second and number 5. Should I tell you?
so we have the Black Dog, Guilty as Sin, and Smallest
Something that's
Man.
tied for it. Yeah, smallest man, number 4, and then number 5.
You know, I know it's probably not true, but my heart wants to say Peter's up there.
No.
Damn. My other heart would say My Boy.
My boy. No.
What is my last heart? Oh, probably So Long London.
You said that already. No.
Did I? For top 5?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's in my top 5.
I'm pretty sure you did. I mean, we're
We'll
recording,
find
so we'll
out.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought, yeah, no, it's not though. Okay. Would
I
you
have
like
no
me to
fucking
tell
clue.
you
Yeah,
what is tied for
please.
number 2? Which makes sense based on other thing, like the smallest man being number 4. Did I say right?
Hmm.
What's tied for 2 is Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
Okay, that was actually where I was going to
Guilty
go
as Sin.
next.
And this is such a good song, and this was in my tops with like But Daddy I Love Him. Um, it's just so good, and like seeing it on the Eras tour, like so fucking good. So like
Oh, totally agree.
I'm here for it. Being
I
there
agree.
for the
I think
public.
for me, because I think it used to be in a top 10 for me, but it's not anymore. And maybe it's overplayedness because of Eras Tour, but I
Yeah.
also think part of it is like, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I just don't feel like listening to it.
I agree because it's long, but
It
it
is
is my
long.
top. And then I'm like, is it because of the Eras tour? But I fucking love. I think it's a masterpiece of a song, and
No, I totally agree.
I love that most of the songs that she picked for like the Eras tour and that like went viral are like songs like this that are like so good.
Mm.
Like it's such a good song. Like I would want people that don't know Taylor Swift that well to like hear. You know what I mean?
No,
But I
I
agree.
agree.
I skip it now, but I really only stick with the three that I just said, and then like fresh out the slammer, recent as of late, love of my or Lamal, guilty of sin. Like there's like maybe 10 that I
Mm.
don't always skip, but I'll put in a rotation or a playlist. But I won't do it for Who's Afraid of, like, I don't know why. I don't know. I still love the song though.
No, I agree. I'm the same. Like I think like when I'm listening to Tortured Poets or because I have Tortured Poets in my Pop Girlies 2024 playlist, but like when that one comes on, I don't get in the habit of skipping things. So I will never skip it, but sometimes in the back of my head it's like, okay, I'm excited for this one part, but like I really can't wait to get to whatever's next.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, like
I think I
and
need to like
honestly, I
listen
feel
to
the
it
same way
more.
about Smallest Man. Like I
Yes.
love the bridge. I love the end, but a lot of times I'm like, can we just like get there?
I actually feel the opposite that I feel about But Daddy Love Him, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, is that the Eras Tour made me like The Smallest Man more. I didn't appreciate it until
Oh,
until
I
it
see.
was on
Yeah.
this
But
album.
actually, the Eras Tour version of Smallest Man, I fucking love because it's
Yeah,
shorter and gets to the good part. You know,
that's the
like
good part. Yeah,
I like because part of me, I'm just like, oh my God, I like it, but I'm
yeah.
really
No, I
excited for
get
the
that.
end. Like I'm really
Yeah,
excited for a minute and a half in or 2 minutes
that's what
in.
happens on a album with 31 songs. Is like you want to. There's so many that you're like, I need to get to the ones that I love. You know.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I don't feel that way about a lot of them. As much as
Oh,
there's songs I definitely love more, there's
yeah,
only like a few where I'm like, okay, like get to this part and then
yeah,
I need to move on. And
yeah,
like it's literally Who's Afraid of Little Old Me and Smallest Man are actually two of them that I feel that way. Where I'm like, I love these songs, I really do. But I really love this certain section of it.
right.
And then I can move similar to
I
Out of the
know.
Woods, the bridge.
Oh
Get me there
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
I
I'll
know.
go.
But
I'll
it's the
listen to the
end.
whole thing anyway because I want to get there and I want the build up to getting there. But overall,
I no, I get it. I don't exactly feel that way for those songs, but I do understand because like who's yeah
it depends. If I'm in the right mood, I love them and I want to listen to everything wholeheartedly in them. But,
yeah.
you know,
Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry.
you're good.
Okay, should we do number 5?
Yeah.
I can't believe you said Peter for like in your heart you wanted it to be Peter, but not this in your
Oh, is
heart.
it the prophecy?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Like the prophecy is
Yay.
the one that like come on, that's your song.
I know.
Like why'd you
I
say
just,
Peter?
I like truly just didn't. Maybe because I feel like some of the things that I think of, I'm like, oh, I don't hear enough about them, so they're underrated.
So I
And
actually hear a lot of people loving the prophecy though.
see, I feel like in my head, I'm like, I feel like I see more online discourse about how phenomenal Peter is as a song, but it doesn't get enough shine. But maybe it's just like
I do
because
see that
people
too.
think Peter is underrated, they want to talk
Yeah.
about Peter, but but then everybody loves the prophecy because everybody loves the
Yeah.
prophecies, and they don't talk about it because they think everybody loves it anyway, which apparently maybe they do.
Right.
Um, no, I just like the prophecy is just like it is sonically a stunning song.
Yeah. And it's
Lyrically,
emotive.
yes, it's emotive. And I feel like no matter where you are in life, whether you are still searching for the right person or you have already found the right person, you have experienced the despair of like thinking you won't.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
no matter where you are, you get it and like you understand. And especially like from what, especially from a fandom perspective of like knowing her and like all that she's ever wanted and then like thinking she had gotten it and then it not being the case and then like maybe now she's found it like on your own personal level everybody can relate to this song but then as a person who cares about Taylor Swift
Yeah.
you can relate to this song and how personal that song is to her. And I feel like it just hits you twofold in like the I get it from her
Totally.
perspective and I get it from mine. And it just is it's just such a
and it's so like lyrically
Beautiful
beautiful.
song. Yeah.
Like, and you're selling, like, she would sell her soul and like maybe feels like
Right.
she did sell her soul for this one thing, but she would, you're willing to give fucking everything up for it. So
Right.
it's so devastating and heartbreaking, but like you, exactly what you said, you understand this on all levels, yet it's so beautifully written where you listen to it once and you're like, oh my God, like
Holy fuck.
you've consumed it. Like it has
Yes,
hit you.
100%.
You don't
You
have to
get
look
it. You don't need to sit and learn it later. You understand what she's going, like, you
because you can
understand what she's
hear it in
portraying.
her. Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
but it's still very,
totally
very, very
agree.
deep, and like you could
Hmm.
still peel back the layers to it. So
Absolutely.
it's like simple on its surface, but it's also very, very like nuanced. Like there's so much to it. It's so beautifully done. And
Yeah, it's just a
like
perfect encapsulation of just like all anybody wants in life is to be loved and to be like
that,
cherished in that way. And like you might sound like a coven around a sorcerer's table or howling at the
right.
moon because you're not experiencing it yet. And I just and she just puts into like such great imagery, kind of
Mhm.
like that quiet desperation you might
Oh,
have
totally.
to find that person for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. And
Ugh,
it's also, I think, another reason, maybe another reason, or maybe this is more like a personal reason. It's like so fucking devastating that if she didn't have Travis, I don't know if I would like if she didn't have somebody, I shouldn't say like whatever. It honestly might be more difficult to listen to because of how
I totally
fucking
agree.
sad it is. Or if you are in that state of your life, it
I
could
totally
be
agree.
difficult, or maybe you would listen to it more. But like either way, it's like it also makes it so much more like I can fully be with this song and feel it all because you
100%.
know like damn, like you know it's gonna be okay.
It's
Like
almost like right, like you'd wonder, I honestly would wonder 100% like if she wasn't with Travis,
did
would
she
this
put
be
this
on the
out?
album?
No, yeah. But if she
Because
wasn't with Travis and she did put this on the album, how would we be consuming it?
no, 100% because I feel like part of the reason it does not get into the category of some of her saddest songs is because obviously we all listened to it for the first time with her being
Being okay and
with
happy.
Travis,
Yeah.
or like right, like we have moving on from what she was experiencing when she was writing it. And I don't know if it was just her and Joe broken up, there's been no person in sight, and that song came out. I don't cry when I listen to that song. I would cry.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that was the situation, I would cry listening to that song
Yeah.
because it makes me think about tearing up when I talk about it. You know, like
Yeah.
because of how
You know how real it is and like again,
upsetting
like
and
not
like
even like
yes, it's
thinking of Taylor
such
Swift that way, thinking of
no, in
ourselves.
general, right. Like it is such a scary and like deeply personal thought that nobody ever wants to think of like, oh, I'm not like I just wish I
Not
could
gonna
find
get it.
somebody. I
Yeah.
like am I gonna get somebody? Like am I gonna find somebody that I could spend my life with? And I feel like if that came out without her being in a new relationship, I would be devastated by that song.
It is definitely one of the
Devastated.
saddest. Like
Yeah, and like I like even again like if you're a person still trying to find somebody, it's a devastating song. It's a devastating song for people that have found somebody because you
yeah.
know what it was like to be
Yeah.
experiencing that. But I think like when you take it to the parasocial level of her, and like because she does have emotion when she's singing it, it's like, oh my God, you like it just hurts me to know that like she wasted 6 fucking years and she's still begging to like find somebody.
Yeah.
But you get saved by knowing that she had found someone to like oh God, I don't even know like if we ever find out that she fucking wrote that song while she was still with Joe, I will die.
No.
I will
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Ugh, I can't. Yeah, that's a great. I'm really happy that it's up there
Yeah.
because I don't. Again, I don't see it talked about a lot, but maybe it's because it is just a universally liked song. So like there's no discourse over fighting for like why you should respect it more
Right.
because everybody
Because
likes it
everyone
maybe.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see a lot of discourse about it because people like say crazy shit about like, how could you guys think it's about her wanting love? Like, because that's what it's about, you fucking idiot. Like, you guys are so simple minded.
Don't want money,
They're like, it's
just
about
someone who
her
wants my
relationship with
company.
fame. And it's like, yeah, that's part of it that she's saying that, like, no, people are fucking stupid. And like,
Yeah.
it's the people trying to say, like, I don't know. It's people being stupid. It's just people. It's so stupid. But I do see a lot of arguments about the prophecy, or I did at some point.
No, I feel like it's very like again, I feel like similar maybe you can take it similar to like how I was mentioning the fresh out the slammer discourse of like maybe she's returning to her career. Like I understand like I could see maybe you taking
But
it.
it's about both. Like even if you say it's about her
Exactly.
fame, yes, she is saying don't want money. Like, did she sell her soul to the devil to be famous and to get all of this just to be alone? So they are hand in
For
hand.
sure.
She is saying, I don't fucking want this shit. I want somebody to love me.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be alone. I want to be with somebody. I want to be loved. I want somebody to just want my fucking company. I don't want this. Like, if
Right.
fame is the trade-off, please change this prophecy. I know I worked
Right.
so hard to get where I am. So yeah, but like if people are saying that, then they're dumber for not understanding that it's about
Yeah.
both things. Like you're dumb,
Agreed.
like if you're gonna call us dumb for seeing it as like love, like no, you're the one that is like simple-minded because you can't see that there two things can be true. Like both things are what
Exactly.
it's about. Like
Exactly.
duh. And what is
Totally
the
agree.
underlying thing? Not her fame. She's saying what she wants above all else is love, is
Right.
somebody wanting her company. It's so yes, but so that's why I do see it in the discourse.
Yes, I get what you're saying.
Um, Now, interestingly enough, there's similarities and differences with the top five when people had to choose just one. So
Okay.
when people just had to choose just one, Black Dog is still number one, like still
Okay.
overwhelmingly. Number two is the Bolter.
Wow.
Like, okay, but this would be if we had like thousands of responses. Who knows? Because this is whatever. Number three is how did it end?
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, but it's like it's fun when they're not even in the top five.
Right.
The Bolter's not in top five. Like, thanks. How did it end? And then this one, I'm gonna get you back is number four. No, number four and five are tied. I'm gonna get you back, tied with the prophecy. So only the Black Dog and the prophecy remain in the top five when
Top
people
five
are
and
forced
also
to just choose
commented
one.
top five. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's in because you were like, okay, if I'm thinking about who would you pick for the top five? Like the Black Dog, that's why it would be number one. But it's not just I'm picking it for my top five, which it is. A lot of people, it's like their absolute
Number
tops.
one. Yeah.
And
And how did it end? Didn't even make it into the top five voting, but it was top
yeah,
one in comments. Yeah. Interesting.
three, but yeah, actually, how
Well,
did it
you know
end?
what I mean? Like it was a top,
The top of
people said it
yes,
was their top favorite
yeah,
song, but it
all
didn't make it
the
into the top five in
the
voting.
Bolter, how did it end? And I'm gonna get you back. All did not make it,
Right.
but they were all in there again. Only so people obviously like who's afraid of little old me, um, guilty as sin was that one,
Yeah, I think it was.
and smallest man. I have to
Yes.
pull it back up. Are just in people's top five is what like I would
Yeah, for sure.
was the analysis is like those aren't people's like because they're not even smallest man doesn't come up until number nine. Who's afraid is number 10. What's the other one?
Guilty as sin.
16.
Wow.
Isn't that
Wait, I
crazy?
thought you said guilty as sin was tied for second and third.
Yeah, for when people picked their top five, but when people
Oh, the
just picked one,
voting. Yeah.
it's
Okay.
number
Okay. Okay.
16.
Okay. Yep. 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 I gotcha.
Which I think is so interesting. We've never done that before where I'm like, I should actually make it next time we do something like this, required response of open-ended. You know what I mean?
Or there's a question, you vote for your top 5, and then the next question is,
It's just a
okay,
multiple
it's
choice.
one.
Yeah.
You can pick one, and that's it. So
But
that
the
they
reason I
don't have
didn't make
to.
that like yeah, the reason I don't make that required is some people like you can't do it. And then it's required and then it's like that's why I made it optional so it was more accurate, I guess. You know what I
But
mean?
I
So if
still
people
did
really
it.
can't pick it, you still pick what did you pick?
What do you mean? For the top 5?
No, for no, I'm saying when I asked then an open-ended, if you had to pick one,
Oh, I
what
picked
would
the
you pick?
prophecy.
Oh, then why didn't you say that? You're like, I can't do it. And I'm like, I think it would be the prophecy.
No, I mean, I did. No, I think you could probably find my comment where, because I think I literally said, I can't vote for top 5 and not say that the prophecy is my top 1 when I boldly claimed that it is in the top 10 of all my Taylor Swift
Right.
songs
Okay.
after
Okay.
less than a month. So
Right.
like the prophecy was still number 1 for me just because like I know what I said when I said it and I don't
Yeah.
necessarily disagree with it, even though maybe there are more songs now that when they come on, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, I'm going
Right.
to
I
get you
get you. I
back or
get
guilty
you.
as sin. But you could just do, instead of like having to leave a comment, it could just be like, pick your top 5, like whatever you want. And then the next question is, okay, now it's one. Just pick
Right.
one song.
Yeah.
So then you like have, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
it
You can feel
has to narrow
better
it
about
down.
just picking one because
Right.
you got to also
And then
have
you,
shine.
exactly. Because then you'd be like, okay, those are what I just picked for the top 5.
Yeah.
So if I have to pick one, what is it?
Right. Okay. I'll do that next time.
If you want to know. I
Well,
mean, like,
I do want to know because like I love this. This is so interesting. I just
mhm,
only 70% of people responded to the open-ended,
to the open
which is
ended,
that I
yeah.
left it optional for that reason because I didn't want to like force
Yeah, and I
people.
think in general, like when we make people leave comments, it should be optional. So for the
Yeah.
most part, so that
So
like
you could just
right,
click
like
through.
so that it's
So
like, oh,
more
I don't
people
want to
answer
do
it.
all this shit. Yeah.
Right. Right. So yeah, if I make it multiple choice and just
Wow.
say just your one. Now there's one left, which is the
Underrated.
most underrated. So of all that we have said. Now, before we do, like whatever we picked is what we picked. Of everything that we talked about with through the comments, through least favorite, most favorite, what do you think, what do you now think is the most underrated that is like, I can't believe this has not been talked about?
I cannot. Well, let me ask you this question first. Maybe I'm cheating, but is the top pick for the most underrated something we have not talked about yet?
Well, I haven't even looked. I just meant like based on our discussion.
Well, because
What
I
do
was
you
going to
think?
say, based on our discussion, I have no fucking clue. Because in my head, I was thinking I'm going to get you back, or like was going to be an underrated, or
Oh,
like Peter
really?
would be an underrated. Like I like songs that have clearly been in the top 5 or something.
So I'm not going to answer you yet
Okay.
because I want our conversation to be based off of the facts, based off of what we
Yeah.
saw. So what did you initially pick as what
I
you
think I
thought was
picked,
the most underrated?
I think I guess everybody's interpretation of this is different. I picked I'm Gonna Get You Back because I genuinely feel like that song is so fucking good
That
that more people need to listen to it, and it's underrated. Now, do I think a lot of people miss it? No. In general, like of the album, do I think people miss I'm Gonna Get You Back and not appreciate it? No, I feel like obviously it's clearly up there based on what we've talked about so far. But in my head, but when I was filling this out, I was like, I think people don't appreciate this enough. So it needs to be voted as
yeah.
most underrated.
Yeah. So that's funny because I always thought like Guilty as Sin and I'm Gonna Get You Back outside of like tracks that are talked about a lot, like what's on the Eras Tour set list. What those were what I would have picked if I had to do what you did and like guess. Therefore, I wouldn't think that it's underrated because I'm like people always talk about these songs.
See, I guess I just didn't think people like Guilty as Sin. I agree. Like in my head, I was like Guilty as Sin. Everybody talks about, but for some reason, I was like nobody talks about. I'm gonna get you back, and I love this
Yeah.
song so much, and I feel like I need to bump it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe I'm just not.
And
I don't know.
I picked slightly biased because I was looking at I didn't normally I answer the survey before I send it out to anybody, but I didn't this time. So I was like, shit, I have to answer it. So I saw the results and I was like, why the fuck at the time is the Bolter nobody's voting for it for their fucking most favorite song? I was so pissed. It wasn't that nobody, it was just like not a lot of people did. Like, so I was like, the Bolter, you guys are fucking stupid. This is the best song. Like, how could you not see that this is everything that Taylor Swift is? It's just their sultry, it's the happy, it's the escapism, it's the this, it's the that. It's so fucking good. But then it wasn't in the top five, but then seeing just now that, like, actually when it came down to it and people had to just pick one, it actually went to number two. I'm like, oh. But it's not in people's top five. I don't know. I don't really understand it. I still think it's underrated though. Um, I don't know that I would say that now, but that was just like my biased, like,
Yeah.
because I do see some people saying, like, I've seen literally one person, that famous Taylor Swift, he's a guy fan, Stephen Sullivan or something.
Yes. Yeah.
I've heard him say, like, this song alone deserves a grant, like, whatever about the Bolter. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, because he's famous. I'm like, maybe other people like agree with his sentiment. Um, I've seen him like post it on Twitter. But other than that, I said that. Now, if I wasn't biased, I also hear people talking about My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys a lot. So I wouldn't say that it's underrated because I always
I
hear
agree.
people say that should have been a single. And I'm
Should have
like,
been
good. It
single.
is really
Yeah.
good.
Right.
I don't know if I might have said the Black Dog. Like, I don't actually know. Like, I would always go, so I don't know. Based on what everything that we just talked about,
We're still here.
I
No,
don't
I was
know.
just telling the audience because I'm not going to cut that
Yeah, sorry.
pause
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Oh, I was like, I'm still here, just collected in my pen.
I don't
I
know,
don't
Steph.
fucking
I don't fucking
know.
know. Every song
Maybe
should
so high
be
school, because that was bullshit that people put it as their least
maybe,
favorite.
honestly, maybe so high school.
Like, you guys are annoying. Anyway, okay, I have no idea what the answer actually is. Let me see.
I can't even imagine that there's a clear.
Oh,
Is there a clear front runner?
yeah, but way different. So I made you could only pick one.
Right.
So it's only 16.8%, but so number two, I need to actually, number two is only 9.9%. So it does drop. It's like
Oh,
16.8,
interesting.
9.9, 8.9. Um, yeah, so it is still a clear front runner, but it's like the other ones were like 40% was like the highest. So this is like, so I guess nobody knew.
Yeah.
But actually, I did see this. I did see this early on that this was a front runner, and I'm like, I could see that, and it still is the front runner, but it's only 16.8% people said it, so it's like not. Anyway, it
Wait.
is not a song that we've talked about.
Okay. Is it
We have
on
talked about.
TT? What?
It's not a song that we've mentioned
Survey
this song
answer.
today, but
Yeah.
it has not made any of the survey results, I should say. But we've
Okay.
discussed it today.
Is it on Anthology or Torture Poets?
Anthology. I had to think.
Peter.
No.
Not Peter. We've talked about it today on the Anthology, and it's not Peter.
Do you want me to give you a hint?
Yeah.
One of us, actually, we both really like the song. We both love the song, but it's in one of our top fives.
Oh, I look in people's windows.
Yes,
Ah!
most underrated.
Honestly, so true.
I totally could see that.
I actually really get it. See, I was thinking since I picked it in my top five that, well, to be fair, I never would have said that over Peter as an underrated, but I was thinking since I talked about it in my top five, that meant that we talked about it already. So I was trying to think of
I
things
said that. I said we did talk about it already.
No, I know, but like I had known that I brought up Peter already a couple times, and I was thinking, oh, well, like he didn't, like Peter didn't make it into anything,
Right.
but like I look in people's windows made it into my top. I totally get it. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm glad it gets
I
that
want to.
nod,
I
honestly.
need to read it this way because like the people were leaving comments, but unless I read it as a full chart, I don't know what their song they're leaving a comment on. If it unless it's side by side, so if that makes any sense.
I don't know if it makes sense, honestly.
Well, if you saw what I'm seeing, it would.
It would.
Somebody said it's so honest and soul bearing.
Yeah.
That's not a reason for it being underrated, but
No,
okay,
but
look in people's windows. Windows is such a great song. The length is perfect for what needed to be said, but also that's also its biggest downside. Taylor is known for writing longer songs, so short ones like this, and it's nice to have a friend, and many more never get the love they deserve.
Yes, bitch. Yes.
Yeah, I love that song.
I
It's nice
totally
to have a
agree.
friend.
We
Someone
both
else,
love It's Nice to Have a Friend, and everybody fucking hates it.
yeah, and I look in people's windows like it's so good and it's so true. It's like I'm so creepy.
But
I'm
I
such
feel
a
like it
bad
also encapsulates, especially for the Taylor Swift fan that like, especially we are, but like I'm sure a ton of us are. It perfectly captures like describing a describing a situation in like such a different imagery than you'd ever use, in the sense that like this is social media stalking at its finest. You are watching your ex or whatever, maybe ex-friend, whatever it is, you are watching them through Instagram and seeing all these things that they're doing without you and thinking,
Oh, is that how you see it?
well, you know what I mean though?
No,
Like
totally. I don't see it as like looking at a friend, but
no,
yeah.
I mean, I don't either, but like you
Yeah.
could. Like you're looking at somebody you are not close to anymore.
Right.
And but like she is perfectly putting the imagery into I look in people's windows versus like just catching a glimpse of them when it's like, oh, I have no idea what that person's about, but oh, they're having a baby. Good for them.
Right.
Kind of weird. Like you don't know that anymore about them. You didn't hear about it first. Or like
Right.
all those different things that you feel when you're like perusing
Right.
social media on people you were close to that you're not anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like she perfectly encapsulates the way that would feel like being
If it
in
was
real
if
life.
it were literal.
If it was
Yes.
literal, and it's just like, oh
Like
my
literally
God, this like
looking
hits so fucking hard.
it's
Like
so
I'm a
good.
deranged weirdo. I fucking am.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching.
Like I'm watching, but also like no, but I've also literally done that. No, I haven't looked in. No, I have.
We have.
Yeah. Wait, we have. Oh, no, we literally have.
We literally have.
I've done it more than once. I blame Alyssa, but Alyssa loves
Well, we've done it more than once, but only one time really creepily. One time was just being funny for the Snapchat story.
Wait, was the really creepy one when we were like home from break and it was like that guy that I liked and we like found his.
Stephanie, are there fucking three?
Wait, who was I with? Steph?
Okay, Steph. Like
I
we've
didn't
looked,
remember this.
we've
until
looked in
right now.
people's window during college.
Yes, I know the one you're talking about.
Well, which one? Because I have two from college.
I'm thinking of our great friend
Yes.
that we've told a story about many
No,
times.
100%. Like that's
So
who I
you
thought
literally
of
like
first.
scratch yourself and but like the one that
Like,
I
literally
worked with.
prickers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
don't know
also
what the fuck else you're
remember when we went to your brother's frat and just watched through the window.
Oh, yeah.
No, but
was,
that one was
us
just
being
funny.
goofy.
But we did look
Yeah,
through
we weren't
people's
like looking
windows
at a
twice.
specific person. We were
No,
just being
no,
like,
no, no,
we
no.
were
There was
just,
no
like-
reason for us to be there. We just thought it was funny.
No, yeah, we were just like being hilarious.
No, for sure. The other one was
no,
really
what
creepy.
I'm thinking of is I had a crush on a boy.
No, I was not there for this.
Do you remember this boy?
No.
And he was from
Yes, I do.
a town.
I was not there for this, but I
And
remember you doing
it was definitely Alyssa. Alyssa has like an obsession
Yeah,
with
no, 100%
physically
Alyssa
stalking
was there.
people. I would
Yeah.
never do this on my own. She's like, let's go. He's like, I guess Google his address, and we were like, let's just go see because we went to college together, but then like he ended up being one town over. So she's like, let's just like go. Like she just loves driving around. And so we
Mhm.
drove to where allegedly this is like maybe illegal. I don't even know. Years ago. Just like for the thrill.
Yeah.
Like where does he live? And
The
we
thrill of the
drove
chase.
the thrill. I don't even remember. I might remember his name. I think I don't know. I'm gonna have to look it up on social
I
media.
I was gonna
It's
say I
like
want to.
his last name is like something. It's like a verb, and it's like a way to like to kill people. That it's like kind of outdated. I think I have to look it up.
I don't even
Um,
remember now. 100% not what I was thinking.
and so I was with him in a class, and then one of our friends also was from the same town. They went to the same high school, and like she also like had a crush on him, and like anyway, I literally like did not know this man at all. Alyssa and I go to his house, I guess, and we just started driving through the neighborhood. We're not like pulling into his house, and like he happened to be outside of his house,
Yeah.
and I was like, ah, we like drove back away. So we did do that. And
Oh my God. I'm
we've
looking
we've
people
gone yeah, so I also am like, no, for sure she
from the
means like
literal
social media,
sense.
but like I can also really relate on a literal standpoint.
From a
And
literal
it's like
sense, I feel
if
it too.
I,
Yeah.
you know, if we just like if our eyes meet one more time, are we gonna fall in love?
No, it like
Let me
God, that
have
song is so good.
one
Well, because and
time.
like you said, it is very emotive in how she's portraying all of this. But yeah, it's just like one of those things that, like, I feel like everybody goes through that where it's like even if you're over whatever situation it was, but
Yeah.
maybe there was someone you were hung up on for a long time, and it's just kind of like,
No,
but
you're
what
dying to
if we
know.
ran into each other
Yeah,
again?
what would happen?
What would happen?
Totally. And not even in like a sense of like I'm not over you, just
Right. What would happen? Like,
like
it's not even like
whoa,
a good, bad,
crazy.
like,
Yeah.
it isn't
Totally.
good, it isn't bad, it's just indifferent. I don't know.
No, and it's just
Maybe.
like
But what
like
would happen
but what would
if your
happen?
eyes looked up and met
And not in a
mine
sense of like
one
falling in
more
love, but just
time?
like yeah, like what if? What would not what if, what would be.
Yeah.
Not what would be, but like what would happen. Yeah.
And I
Like
really love how she just calls herself out as like a, if I'm a
it's
deranged weirdo. And I'm like, yeah, I
yeah.
get it. And I'm
I
with
love
it.
when she takes risks like that, but I guess she has a team of people to be like, no, everyone does that. But imagine if it was like, dude, no one fucking does that. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, like
But it's
this is
actually
you
like, yeah,
alone on an island
we're
here.
all psychotic.
No,
Some of
like I
us
get it.
more than others. I'm just so glad.
Literally and
So glad I'm out of
figuratively,
it.
been their girlfriend.
No, for sure. And thank God I'm like, thank God we're out of it. Cause like, I don't know what I would be if I still had to behave, if I still behaved like that.
Oh, it was just fun, immature,
Yeah.
like
No, it's
younger
definitely fun and
years, you
giggly.
know?
Yeah. Alyssa's had a stalking problem since high school.
Oh,
We just drive by any guy she liked, any guy I liked. Let's just drive by their house. One time
why
we put
not?
wigs on. She's like, let's just drive by this guy that you won't stop talking about's house. Like I had to Google his address. I'm like, okay. And like we wore wigs. We drove by it like 10 times. It was like an hour away. We did it.
That's like the kind of thing where, like, if that person had a little sister, they'd be like, someone's watching the house. I'm really
Yeah.
scared, you know?
Yeah, but and like there's no end goal. Like we don't want to be
No,
seen.
no,
We're
we're
not
not doing
looking
anything.
we're
Yeah,
not looking to like see what you're up to.
right.
We're just stalking you. It's like probably illegal. Anyway, the time's over. That's anyway, that's the most underrated song. And maybe because
I
we all
actually
don't want
really
to
love that.
yeah,
I really do get it actually because
you don't want
like
to
I
admit.
put it in my top 5, but I totally understand how it might not make a top 5, but it's also like, no, you should really fucking listen to this song. It
Yeah.
deserves more, you
And
know?
I think it is the number one because it's not even like it's like people hate it. It's just like it's not talked about enough.
Right.
Because
No, I actually completely agree with this.
number two and three are actually the reason I said that is because I just looked at what two and three are and I'm like, oh, this makes sense for a totally different reason because these songs are both in the bottoms. So the second, what people voted for is most underrated is Chloe, Sam, Sophia, or Marcus, which
I get it.
Yeah, I understand. I really tried with that song, so I don't agree. It's like I'm not underrating it. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
And then the other one we would is Robin.
Yep. Totally agree.
So
It makes sense.
that makes sense
People
because
fight for the songs they love.
right. And Robin makes more sense because
Agreed.
of what it's about. It's like you guys just don't get it. Like you don't get it. It's
Right.
so
You're
good
just
you just
not
don't
there
get
in
it.
your life yet. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I could totally see. I don't I just don't rate it. I don't yeah. And the other one like I get like I'm someone that I don't think I underrate it. I just don't like it.
Which one?
Chloe Sarah
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
in
Yep.
terms of like it's not like I just forget that it exists. I mean, I'll keep trying. Like I'm sure there's going to be a day. Like there was a
We'll
day
see.
that like songs came around. I'm like I like this now and then they go back down for me.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there'll be a couple days that I like really get into it, you know?
Yeah. You never know.
You never know. Um but overall, the black dog reigns supreme.
I get
That's a
it. I really do.
consistency. That is a consistency.
I really get it.
And I really get it also. Overall, everybody should like the Volter War.
I keep
Viola
trying stuff. I
Count.
really do.
Just feel it. Just like I need you to just like vibe with it. Like it's like there's escape and escaping, and it sounds like she's taking a deep breath.
No, and listen, I get it. Like
And
I
all her
understand what
fucking
she's saying
lines.
there. Um,
It's
can I be honest? I think one of the things I can't stand, it's not even can't stand the most about the Bolter, but like what frustrates me sometimes when I listen to the Bolter is I can't get the lyrics right.
yeah, I hear you
Like when she's
because
like, I don't even remember the parts now. I need to find it.
no,
But
I totally get it because every time I
because
like
she
I know
mixes
it,
them, she switches them
she switches
around
it.
each different verse. And I'm like, I
No,
can't.
I agree. If you go to
And
my
then I get
rendition of
mad
it,
and I'm frustrated.
yeah. If you go to my rendition of it earlier in the episode, I know that I flubbed lyrics because I agree.
I'm trying to find it now.
Viola count. Tell me wait, let's play a
No,
game.
that's not it. That's not the part.
Yes, but start from the beginning. Tell me when I mess up a lyric. 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
Viola count. She almost drowned, but you was 6 in frigid water.
I don't know how you can mess this part up.
Wait, now I mess it up. No, wait.
Okay, start over.
She almost drowned, but she was 6 in frigid water. And I can confirm she made curious child ever revile everyone except her own father. With a quite bewitching face, splendidly selfish, charmingly helpless, excellent fun till you get to know her. Wait.
And then she runs like it's a
Like it's a
race.
race.
Behind her
Beyond
back, her best mate's left. Her, the bolter.
See, I don't even like it's my favorite song, and like I'm like,
No, those aren't the parts that bother me. It's the
oh, I can't even get it right.
that he'll call her a whore when she was a bore. But as she was leaving,
Oh, it felt
it
like
felt
breathing
like
or leaving.
breathing. But then
Yeah.
sometimes it's fucking
leaving.
freedom.
Oh, leaving, breathing, and freedom.
But as she
True.
was leaving, it felt like breathing. As she was leaving, it felt like freedom. There's two different, it's only those two different things that interchange, but I can never get them right. The freedom one
Yeah, I
is
don't
the
think I
one
do
that
either.
ends the whole song. The breathing one is the rest throughout the song. And I keep mixing them up. And then when I do it wrong the first time, because like as it's leading up, I'm like, it's freedom, it's freedom, it's freedom. I'm like, it felt like freedom, breathing. And I'm like, oh, fucking damn it. And then I get really mad and I'm over. I'm out.
That's really funny.
I'm
You
out.
get so
Like, and
mad.
then I get so mad because I'm like, no, why do I think it's freedom? It's fucking breathing. It's fucking breathing.
So
And
you
then I
don't
go
ever
through the
just
whole
like
song saying breathing. And then the last time she says freedom. And I was like, I knew it was freedom. And then I go back.
you
And then I go back the next time and I'm like, it's fucking freedom. It's not breathing. It's freedom. And then I say freedom and it's breathing. And I'm so
you
sad.
don't ever just
I'm so mad again.
I do the same thing. I don't think I've ever gotten it right once, but the thing is, like, you don't ever just make the song what it is to you. Like, I'm like, okay, well, it was freedom to me, bitch, and I just keep going
No,
through
I mean,
it.
I
I felt
do.
that freedom, and I sing louder. I'm like, well, Taylor got it wrong. Fuck her, and I
No,
just
I
keep going. I'm
do,
like,
but it just makes me so mad. Like, I don't know. It takes me out of it, I guess. I don't know.
no, I hear you, but just like
I
some, just think of it like it
I
is what
can't.
I want it to be.
No, I
No, no,
know, but
no.
like, no,
You're
no, my
right. Taylor's not. Like
no.
I guarantee you she sang that song live. Go to the whatever. She probably didn't do it right.
No,
She
I
probably doesn't
agree.
even
She
know.
probably did mix it up a couple times, but at the same, my problem with it isn't that I mix it up. My problem with it is that I
There's no
always
like
mix it up from the start. Like when it starts, I'm like, freedom, 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 freedom. And then I say freedom and it's breathing. And then the next time I listen to it, I'm like, breathing, 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 breathing. And then it's freedom. And like, my problem is that from the start, I'm like, I'm gonna get it right this time, and then I
yeah.
never get it right,
No,
and then
I
it gets
hear
me really
you.
mad.
No, I hear you because like I do that sometimes maybe too, but like also I just get so happy when I'm listening to the song that I'm not thinking about what I'm gonna
No,
say.
I'm literally just
It's just
waiting for the
like
next time I have to say
things are
breathing
just
or
coming out of
fucking
my
freedom.
mouth. No, things just come out of my mouth how they want.
No, I like
Like I get so
maybe
lost in the
that like
song. I'm like, woo!
maybe that's why maybe that is my problem. I get hung up on those two lyrics and I
Yeah.
can't like and then I just get really frustrated the rest of the way.
She's been many places with men of many faces, but her all to the races, and she's laughing, drawing aces, but none of them are changing. Like the chariot is waiting, hearts are hers for the taking or breaking.
For the
There's a
breaking, there's
escaping,
escaping.
escaping. Then you get to breathe. See, like taking, breaking, I don't know. I just say whatever comes out of my mouth. I know it's one of
I
the
like
two.
that. I really appreciate that. I
Yeah.
don't know why it really pisses me off when I
Because the
can't.
song just, it really, it transcends, like it makes
And
me
you
float.
wait, but actually, I think I maybe know a little bit more why. Because I really love the lines right before it, where it's like, and then with the slam of a door, then you'll call her a
The
whore, and it
roll, but she
wouldn't be
wouldn't be
sore, but if she was leaving. And it
leaving.
makes me think I nailed it because I love that
Yeah,
lead
because
up.
you're
And then
showing
I
up.
mess it up, and I'm like, God
And then you
damn
get so
it.
mad. All her
God
fucking
damn it.
lives flash
And then
before.
then I recollect myself for the next part, but I don't know. It
Yeah.
really makes me so mad that I get it wrong.
Steph, just try it with like, it is what I want it to be, and just see how you feel. I'm telling you, you'll be like this.
Okay. I'll try.
I like wish I could like make that like my caption for something, but it's like so not relatable to how
Yeah,
to where I'm at because like
I know.
my bachelorette party's next weekend and like I am torture poets. So it's like all I'm thinking is like I can do it with a peachy heart because like I'm not broken. So I'll be
No.
peachy. But and like every time I'm like, there's escaping, escaping. I'm like, ooh, I want that, but I can't.
Do it. Just do that.
Where? Who am I escaping from?
That's your caption. There's escape and escaping with the girlies.
Bolton, no, I love. Okay, but yeah, I'm thinking I can do it with a peachy heart because also the outfit that I'm wearing for our
Hmm.
Taylor Swift night is I
Yeah,
can do it with a broken heart,
I'm
but
really
I'll be doing
excited.
it with a peachy heart.
I love that.
So
Wow, I'm really excited. I can't wait.
I know I can't wait. I hope everyone laughs.
Duh.
Like I hope we all laugh together.
Oh my God, why wouldn't we?
I don't know. Like I hope we all like tell stories and like laugh,
Well, Steph,
make
it's your
memories.
bachelorette party. So if you want to tell stories and laugh,
Everyone
we're gonna tell
fucking
stories and
laugh.
laugh.
Yeah, you don't fucking
Exactly.
laugh now. Leave. They better laugh.
Oh, I'm excited. It's gonna be
These
so fun.
bitches better laugh. Yeah, and I'm like really excited too for like Maddie to come in. Like I hope like she likes I hope everybody like laughs with everyone.
Me too. She will. She'll laugh.
Yeah.
I'll tell her. Make sure you fucking
Forget
laugh, okay, Maddie?
don't forget to laugh.
Don't forget to laugh.
It's like live, laugh, love. Don't forget to laugh. You can forget to live in love, but don't forget to
To
laugh.
laugh. That's the first one.
It's the first. You're right. It should be
Rule numero uno, laugh.
laugh.
Then
Maybe,
live.
maybe I should make a list of rules. Wait, yeah.
Okay. Let me know if you want me to make a list of rules for you. Laugh.
Number one, laugh.
And that's it.
That's it. That's it. That's all I want.
That's all we need.
That's all. That's yeah. Yeah.
If you're laughing with us or at us, at least you're laughing.
At least you're fucking laughing. It's so true.
Anyway, I suppose now
is the time.
Is the time instead of laughing to just like pick up your stuff.
Right. Because
like, we're going to drop our mics.
Like, nah.
No.
No.